shocked he wants. I don't know what he's trying to do.
I think he wants.
Is he learning how to win an election?
No, I think he wants to do his political career.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But he's going for everything. What the school board in the court, the clerk and recorder is such a different fucking thing.
Oh, I think
he's just going for anything he can get voted in.
I think it's a step up.
Why is he? I don't know.
I think it's a step up to political appointees.
Well,
you got to start somewhere.
He's so good at taking people's shit. They should just give him a better job in Denver.
They should give him a president.
He should be president. He should be over the mayor.
He doesn't like whores that much.
Now, impact traffic. This report is
Biden checking if he can overrule governors on masks. Can you fucking imagine that?
This is yours.
Oh my God.
Well, it could be a, what do you call that? Interstate
what are you talking about now?
Because it could be interstate commerce.
The post office, that's why I can do it.
Oh, interstate commerce, they could probably bring it up. Well, these people, they go out of state, they don't know any better.
I'm telling you, man, that would, the Supreme Court, thank God we have it the way it is. Can you imagine if he did that? If he could say, everybody's got to wear a mask, I'm president, fuck you, I'm king. That's what he's trying to do.
save money this year.
It all started with these lenders. I mean, these lenders created the whole issue, no matter how you look at it.
He's ignoring you as he should.
So listen to this headline, Thomas.
Yes.
This is just in July. Pfizer, only 42% effective against infection in July.
Oh my God. Against the Delta infection?
Just July,
wow.
With COVID. They talk about Delta, but they're saying all. It raises concerns about the mRNA vaccine's effectiveness against Delta.
Wow. Did you get yours yesterday?
It's kind of wild, but listen to this. No, they were too busy. The study finds Pfizer vaccine was only 42% effective against infection in July, when the Delta variant was dominant.
Were you going to get?
Okay, here's the whole overall study. This sounds better though. Overall, it found that Moderna vaccine was 86% effective against infection over the study period, and Pfizer's was 76%.
That's just the fact.
How come they don't talk about the J&J?
It's less.
I don't know about that, man.
No.
Well, they have a whole hotel chain and restaurants. Come on, Johnson & Johnson, baby.
Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We're here to help you solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. I always say we talk about everyday aches and pains, those things that make you tick and the things that tick you off. So all you have to do is call, and we do help. We have a lot of people trying to help. This hour brought to you by something else that helps. If you have pain, if you have inflammation, if you have even anxiety, for some reason it helps there. It's wonderful for traveling, for example. So it's Real CBD That Works.com. Put Tom in the promo code, and you get 30% off automatically. Real CBD That Works.com. Welcome to the show. We are talking about anything you want to talk about, including mortgages. I have Kurt Rogers with us today from Affordable Interest Mortgage. Russell, we left off yesterday. It's a sorry situation. Here's what's going on with Russell. He lived in his RV full-time with his wife. They sold everything and they had the RV lifestyle. But when they were in a pull-off in the RV, wife and dog were in there. Husband was out. It caught fire. Something exploded, and it was terrible. It burned to the ground, not to the ground, to the frame.
It was the AC compressor.
And what happened was he was devastated because they lost everything. Now, he managed to get his wife and dog out of there, thank goodness. But here's the problem, is he said he was lucky enough to have some storage bays that had some stuff in it. But the storage bay, he said, was filled with his stuff. But when he got out of, was it the hospital you were in? Because you were burned, right? And when you got out of the hospital, you said that you went over to the impound yard, and they told you there was nothing there, or when did you film or tape? When did you tape the motorhome? You videotaped the motorhome with full storage compartments. When did you do that, Russell?
I did that at the impound yard on the I believe it was on the 12th of July. And
why did you videotape it?
Well, because I wanted to see what I had left.
Okay.
And
when was the fire? July 12th is when you videotaped it at the impound yard. When was the fire?
The fire happened July 8th, about, I'd say, around 1:30 or 2 in the afternoon.
July 8th.
Yes.
Okay. And then what? So you then went back there and filmed it after you got out of the hospital. Then what happened? So you saw your stuff in there on the videotape. Then what?
Yes. The owner's son was with me when I was in the impound yard.
What's the name of the impound yard?
Extreme Towing on 2201 Clinton Street in Aurora.
Okay. So what happened?
Okay, so I went there. I didn't have the money to get my stuff out of storage because my Social Security check burned up in the fire with my wallet, my ID, Social Security, everything burned up in the fire. And I cashed my check because I ordered a new bank card, so I was waiting in the mail for that. And so I wasn't broke. I took some money out of the bank, put it in my wallet, and it burned. I didn't have enough money to get it out of the impound yard, so I told them I'd be back. And then when I got the money together to get it out, I went and I paid them. And then
how much did you pay them?
He told me if I got it out by Wednesday, that he would let me have it for $300.
Okay, so you paid $300.
Did you ever get it out of there?
No, because when I went over there, I called my AAA roadside service because I rented a yard for $100.
I get it. Hold on. So let me get this straight. So you went back when to pay the money?
It was like, oh God, maybe the 15th. It was about.
Okay, I get it. So when you went back a few days after you had filmed it, what did you find in the storage?
I think that was like 30 days later, though, Tom.
Nothing. Everything was
gone.
Was
it 30 days later you went back, or was it a few days? You said that you videotaped it on July 12th. Your videotape would have a stamp on it. Did you videotape it with your phone?
Yes.
All right. And then you said you went back on the 16th. That's 4 days later.
Yes, because I didn't have any money.
When you went back 4 days later, what did you find?
I went into the yard, to their yard, with my AAA roadside service to tow it out.
Did you end up paying the $300 or not?
Yes, I had to pay them that before I could get it out of there.
All right, so when you paid the money and then you went back to your RV and something was different from the videotape, what was different when you videotaped it this time?
Everything was gone out from under my storage bins, and everything was ravaged through the ashes and whatever was on top of the frame.
So they knew you were coming back, and they purposely stole your stuff, is what you said.
Yes, they're the only ones that have access to that yard, and there's a guy that's in a motorhome that lives in that yard.
Now, truly, what did you have that was worth anything?
Well, hold on. I'm a little confused because when I actually watched the video this morning, I hear you talking to somebody that it had been there for 30 days and now all my stuff is gone. Where does this 30 days come from?
July 8th to July 16th is not. That's only 8 days.
Yeah,
July 8th.
in the video, he says 30 days.
Okay, let me just do this for argument's sake. I don't care how long it was. You videotaped it with your storage bins full. You came back, whether it was 10 days, 15 days, 30 days, when you came back, the storage bays were empty. Is that right?
Yes, but and I hate to interrupt, but the reason the 30 days is relevant is because in that same video, there's someone else saying, this is a bad neighborhood, it's been here 30 days, people jump over that fence and steal stuff.
Oh, they said that in the videotape?
Yes, to him.
Where's that videotape?
We have it up, I believe.
I want copies of that videotape.
It's already in your email.
Thank you. I got it. Now, listen, it is possible, Russell, that if it was sitting in that storage yard for 30 days, that other people did have access over the fence. They said, Mark, did you hear them say in the video, Russell, did you hear them when you were videotaping? They said it's a bad neighborhood. You think they're just you just think they're trying to diffuse or deflect the attention on them?
No, that was, okay. There was a tow truck, a flatbed parked up against, back then, beside my motorhome against the fence. There's video cameras all around there. There's a guy that lives inside that yard that's only about maybe 75 feet long or whatever by 50 or 60 feet wide. There's a guy that lives in there in a motorhome. There's cameras all over the place, and there's no way that anybody could have jump over that fence. And my toolbox was very heavy. If you look in the side bin, you can see all the stuff in there. And there's no way that somebody jumped up over that fence with my tools and everything.
I get it. Bro, I get it. I get it. Bottom line is you say they did it. Now, did we call the...
Insurance documents, I know you wanted to look at those.
Yeah, he just had liability.
Just liability. You looked at him, Mark? There was not even comprehensive.
Yeah, it's you know what, his kid or someone actually made a pretty good video. I think the real way to help this guy, actually, I don't know what it is. Are you looking for tools for your trade? I mean, I guess I don't even know what you're looking for.
He wants to be reimbursed for the stuff they took.
Their standpoint, because they said it in the video, is we didn't do it. I mean, they already said that in the video.
No, they didn't. That was my tow driver.
Oh, okay. I got it, man.
That wasn't extreme.
I got it.
What did the tow truck driver say?
He said, well, this is a bad area. Well, yeah, I'm a native. I'm born and raised here. And but there's a street light right there. All the businesses across the street. There's cameras.
Hold on, and let's figure out what the hell we can do. This is bad news.
That's actually worse for his argument.
It's really bad news. I have some good news. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, will give you free valuations of your home. He's going to tell you what it will sell for. What it will sell for on the open market based on his 26 years of experience. It's way more accurate than an appraisal or Zillow. Not that you have to do without an appraisal. You need one. But for accurate, though, on what it can actually sell for, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. No obligation, free valuation, 303-920-1622.
So the one video is almost like the only thing he's looking at was the doors open, right, Mark? That one is the before, right?
This is when it's still out on the road.
Oh, that's on.
I think that's before it got towed.
This is the TikTok one. So that's the 130.
God, no. Actually, I don't know, Dan. I don't know where any of these are taken. The ones in the yard simply because I can hear him talking to the guy.
But is this the 30 days afterwards, or is this?
Okay, I'm Tom Martino, happy to tell you about Mile High estate planning now being BlakeHarrisLaw.com. Here's the important thing I want to tell you about Blake. He will answer all of your questions free of charge. What does that mean? That means you call with your questions about estate planning and he answers them. He even has a TikTok channel where he does that. So what you need to do is look him up, BlakeHarrisLaw.com, find out about his social media, and then call him. And when you call him, you can ask your questions and have him plan for you, whether it be a trust or a will or any kind of planning in between. It's Mile High Estate Planning now, BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK-BLAKE. I've been bragging about K&H Solutions for years. Why? Because they are the ultimate company for your wonderful products. Here's what I love. I love the products they have. They have wonderful siding. I call it lifetime siding because it's everlast siding. It'll last a lifetime. They also have wonderful doors, and they have great windows, and all of these you can take 50% off the installation, and in addition to that, you take $300 off every additional 100 square feet of siding. So for every 100 square feet of siding, you get a $300 discount, plus, on top of that, 50% off the installation of top quality siding, custom windows, and designer doors from a company I know and love. You can make your own appointment at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com. When you have an insurance claim, you really need to check out Claims Pro. Don't ever try to do an insurance on your own. If you have an insurance claim, whether it be fire, flood, whatever it is, hailstorms, make sure you have an adjuster on your side. And the way you do that is with Claims Pro. Claims Pro. Now, why do I say that? They are a public adjuster. I recommend public adjusters. 833-252-4600. They only take a portion of the additional money they get for you. Publicadjuster.pro. Genesis is now a solar company as well as an exterior company. They have Genesis Total Exteriors, and of course, they also have GenesisSolarCO.com. They'll give you a 20-minute site valuation of your home to tell you what it will generate, and they'll guarantee that production for 25 years, plus all components guaranteed 25 years. It's a 20-minute off-site. They do it by satellite. They can tell you it's free. Give them a call and see. You get all the tax benefits, and you own the system. 303-474-4317, GenesisSolarCO.com. I obviously did those 230 substitutes.
Daniel, I'm not seeing it lit up on Facebook yet. Did you light it up on that side? Because I wanted to try to either tag affordable interest. Did you? You just did. Kurt, if I can't tag you in our live video, do you want me to email you the link so you can send it to whoever to share it on your Facebook? Okay.
One guy on YouTube said, was this Picasso in there also?
You know, he has a video inside pictures.
Oh, it's not a bad.
I want the video. Oh, I got it.
Yeah, it's not a bad RV.
No, it's just old.
It's not even that old. I mean, it's not like a 80s.
For an RV, it's pretty old. 97.
For many men, divorce brings a bewildering
Way old.
sense of loss.
It's not like a Winnebago. Hey, does they make Winnebagos anymore?
Of course.
You're the only person in the world.
You know, most nice RV parks, if you're over 10 years old, they won't let you in.
For more than 30
Not even
Are there many, though, that actually do the covenants?
River Run, Vegas Motor Coach, the two in California.
Yeah.
Granby says, but I see older shit in there. So I think they do it. I think if you pull up in something older and it's nice, they don't care. They just don't want shit. You know what I mean?
Clear down to 61, mostly sunny with again areas of smoke. high 96, the record is 97, 2020. On the ratio, +31.
Looking to save money this year, look at Allstate. You get the protection you need at the lowest you want. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectation.
And
Visit
I got the,
Allstate.com or call
you need the, so, Tom, I missed it yesterday, password. His password RV was impounded?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. What do we do about Russell? He has clear evidence on tape that when it was impounded, it had stuff in storage bays. His RV burned to the whole house burned, but he had some storage bays filled with stuff. He has video evidence that it had stuff in it. You can look on our feed right now, and I'm going to put it up soon at Show Me Trouble, Instagram. But here's the deal. What do you do about it? What do you do about it? You now have videotape showing they're empty. He's claiming that he thinks that the yard did it. This is an age-old problem with towing companies. I'm wondering something, and I'm serious. Do you have to be a scumbag to own a towing company? Is it like you have to come out of the womb with the DNA of a scumbag to have a towing company? Why does it attract scumbags? Why is that? Why is it that by their very nature they seem to be scumbags? If you're a tow company, give me a call. I'll give you the utmost respect to talk, even though I think your DNA comes from scum. Scum of the earth, scum of the pond, maybe below pond scum. I'd like to know why. Why is that? Why is it that most thievery happens in impound yards or with tow companies? Damages, tow companies. Why do tow companies suck? Russell, what do they say about your missing stuff?
Okay. Actually, nobody will even talk to me. I called the Aurora Police Department. They came out. A cop came out. And, usually when they take a report, I thought they took a report, by a paper or whatever. But this guy wrote down on a little notepad, and then he goes into the thing and about the video or whatever. And I don't know their story because I was out in the yard around my stuff. But what is really hurting me right now is I can't work. I'm on Social Security. I got oxygen bottles I carry. And 2 days before this, my car...
you're going a long way around. Oh, do they say anything at all about responsibility?
They haven't responsibility, nothing. I have the date right here. It was date and time. It was in time. It was 7.
Here's what we're going to do. Russell, we need to figure out, God, if they have surveillance tape, Deputy Doc, maybe you can call them and ask them. Will they release any of their videotape so we can go through videotape? Or are they afraid of it? Or did they get disabled? I want to know. What would you do if this was you? Dan, what would you do, Deputy Dan? What would you do? Talk.
I would keep on trying to go to the cops and stuff and make noise to them.
Major Mark Major, what would you do? Seriously, if this was you. Your motorhome burned, you take it there, you go back to get your stuff, and it's empty.
I know. I don't know. You have no proof that they stole it, though. I don't know what you do.
So maybe they have insurance for it or something. Russell, we're going to be working on it. I'm going to let Deputy Doc call him, 303-713-TALK. Yeah.
I'm still a little lost on what he wants, though. Does he want his tools back?
I think he wants, Russell, I think he wants your stuff back or money for it, right?
Yeah, what are we talking?
Is that what you want, Russell?
Yes, because I'm gonna tell you something. The exact date that I went back to the impound yard was because I have it all right here. Was 7/28. Was when I went back. I got a receipt right here from
I asked you what you wanted, Russell. What do you want? You give too much information when we ask a specific question. What do you want?
What I want is not to be out here in the hot heat.
What do you want, Russell? What do you want?
I want my RV, my motor, and I want my motor replaced, and I want my tools back.
Wait, what do you mean your motor replaced, Russell?
If you saw a picture of this, Tom, a new motor, there's nothing left of it, man. It's
Russell,
burned.
You're blaming them for the motor?
The motor did not burn. Nothing under the floor did not burn. My motor, everything is all intact.
You've got to see a picture of this thing.
All right, hold on. What you want is what you had. Is basically that's what you want. You want what you had. Carol, you say you have a follow-up of a contractor issue. Did we take this problem on the air once?
Yes.
What was it, Carol? I'm going to look for it right now. What's going on?
You had given the contractor 2 weeks.
Was this sewer line? Was this a sewer line?
Yes.
At Best Plumbing?
Yes.
Okay.
And I have never heard from him in that 2 weeks.
The sewer line had to be replaced. Best Plumbing of Denver, Dan Thompson, from the house to the street. Contractor tore up the wrong spot on the circular drive on June 10th. Cost $8,000 to fix, $8,500 for sewer repairs, but not finished. Hold on. When we looked at this, I remember us thinking he did not dig up the wrong spot. He was right in line with the sewer line. But what I want to know right now, just very simple, is your sewer working?
Yeah. The sewer's working.
What did he do wrong? Carol, hold on. Carol, what did he do wrong?
He never finished the job.
What part did he not finish?
He has to cap the pipe, put a covering over it, and smooth out my dirt driveway.
There's nothing wrong with that part.
I remember this.
She's not asking for him to pay for that repair, the replacement of the concrete.
Yeah,
she just wants him to tamp the soil and smooth it out.
And when I talked to him, he said it would be a couple weeks. I mean, that's what he said, and I think she called last week.
2 weeks ago.
Okay, well,
Carol, let's check with him again, okay? Suze, can you check with Dan Thompson, Plumbing of Best Plumbing of Denver, to see what he says? By the way, we happen to know his name because she said his name. He's not on the referral list. I don't want to indict the guy. I just want to say he's not on the referral list. When I say call Dan over at Best Plumbing, I don't want you to get the impression we know the guy. We're just going to call him because we have his contact information. All right? It's very important. We do want to help. We also have affordable interest mortgage with us, AImortgage.net. We'll talk to him after the break because there's some trends happening in mortgages you want to know about. One Clear Choice Garage Doors is the company for you. When it comes to garage doors, I absolutely love these people. To me, it seems like the military. They're so organized and so right on it. If you have a broken spring, they're there in a jiffy. If you need an inspection, they can do that of the entire door system for just $80. I do it all the time when I move into a home. I've used them for openers. I've used them for springs. I've used them for just about everything. You can too. Prices right on their website, oneclearchoicedoors.com, 720-370-3987.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
If Russell goes to small claims court, can he subpoena the surveillance tapes?
Yeah. Not in small claims court.
No, not in small.
Okay. Because that would be the way to get him if they won't give up.
Yeah, but just ask him nicely, guys. Can we help this guy out?
His motor back. Hey, Kurt, did it work? That worked? He did.
He thinks it's salvage value.
Capital C, 0. Yeah, do the.
Well, how would he? Don't say it on broadband, please. How would he even get it out?
If I don't, it's okay. No, I'm good.
Mark, what were you saying, sir?
I don't even know how he'd get the motor out.
Mark, he was going to have the whole thing towed. He had a space.
You can't have it towed.
The tires are burned out.
The whole fucking thing is.
I know, but
show him a picture.
He said he had a flatbed lined up, and he was going.
Yeah, you'd have to have a big flatbed.
The flatbed, I think they came out and said, we can't move this thing. He probably owes more storage now, too, huh?
Looking to save money this year? Look at Allstate. You can get the
Why would you want the motor on this thing?
range you want.
Why would you want what?
Okay, guys.
Lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit Allstate.com.
I'm sorry, Kurt. I have a commercial for Ideal. Ideal Home Loans is another one of the lenders we recommend. He's a great guy, Brent Ivinson. I've known him for years. And here's what they have. The interest rate guarantee. If you refinance with them or finance with them in a close on a house, they'll refinance you free of charge. Now, the other thing, of course, is the direct mortgage lenders. They also have something that I like, credit optimization. If you're approved, they will still go on and try to improve your credit even more. And it's in the background. You don't even know it's happening. It's quick. It's efficient. Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan, 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Now let's talk about an ideal countertop. Hey, if you want countertops the art of granite. It should be called the art of countertops. Mitch Floria does all kinds of countertops, any solid surface. He's a direct stone importer, but you can get your stone anywhere you want. Wholesale on him or wholesale elsewhere. What you do is you call the Art of Granite. They'll even give you a price on the phone if you describe your project. That's how proud he is of the value. The whole front range he serves, plus the mountain communities. Open 6 days a week, closed Sundays. He's in Golden. You can make an appointment to see his beautiful showroom or just have him come to your home, 303-386-5919, 386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
The I Heart Guest one with a capital G.
If I hit that, it would ask me for username and password.
Username.
That's on the secured side.
This one here? This is the one you want right there.
That one?
Yes. Oh, no. The one with capital.
Considering
I heard that one.
a severance package or what to do with your 401k. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Wow, it's been hot. Is your air conditioner keeping up? Let Plumline Services help with $2,000 off a new Carrier.
Somebody's helping me. Where did she get me this damn? Where? Suze, I can't find this video. Was it from help or from you?
PlumlineServices.com and get Carrier quality. Turn to the experts.
It's the second one.
PlumlineServices.com. Service at home. Servants.
You're on it.
So many people have told me about Orchard.
Okay, it's from help. There were 14 attachments. 12 of them were pictures, and 2 were videos. Do you want to look real quick?
Yeah, the burn video.
So it's from help. Help. Okay, so it was 14 right here, I believe.
Great. Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh my gosh, we have a lot now.
Yeah, but the last 2 are videos. The last 2, the photos are the first, whatever. The last 2 are videos.
Thank you. I don't think that's the after, though.
No.
Go to the after. Just don't even fuck with those yet.
Go to the TikTok one. It's the next email.
Go to that next
I'm
email.
going to download them right now.
Yeah, that's a TikTok. You can't download it.
What are you talking about?
It's TikTok.
So none of them I can download.
No.
You can download the photos and the MP4s, but you can't download TikTok.
Okay, so is the TikTok video different than the MP4s?
Yeah.
The TikTok one will show you what the thing looks like now, so you know what he's talking about.
All right, so he sent us TikTok video that we can't
That's the
download.
second email.
Well, I don't think you can download any. I mean, I'm sure there's tools to do it, like YouTube.
Setting up the new space, including computers and monitors. Cleaning the old space so you don't have to.
But you got to get a look at what he's talking about.
Got it.
Do it. And then all of a sudden you're going to go, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Okay, so here, where's the
No, go to the next email.
Companies.
Right below or above it.
Does TikTok automatically keep winding? Because the video is
Yes.
never ending.
Now there should be a TikTok.
No, that's not it. I don't know where it is, Mark. Let me see what. So tell me what you're talking about. Let me look.
I don't have
I'm playing it right now.
So what you're
Here,
saying
come
is
look at it.
there was one email that was just TikTok, right?
Just
Yeah.
Okay.
look at this fucking thing.
Then how did you get it to put up on our feed?
With the URL.
Yeah, ours just plays whatever.
Oh, it's a link? You're just playing a link?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at this fucking.
I got it. So, shit, this thing, I would fix this up.
It should. All you got to do is it needs a little wax.
Yeah.
Look at this other side.
Most of this stuff would buff right out.
That's
what we were looking for. Look at this fucking thing. There's like nothing left of it on one side.
Yeah, but storage space, he didn't show them, did he?
No. You're right. Not on this one he didn't show.
Okay.
I didn't see it anyway.
Well, I don't think he's claiming the RV had any value. Except
No, I just don't.
He wants the motor.
Does he want tools for his trade so he can go to work? What's he looking for?
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Let's talk.
Carol, the way I saw this, Mark, this system, this septic repair, or no, not septic, sewer, is that it looked pretty good, but he just has to finish up.
It
some
looked great, but
touches.
he did a clean out. So
some finishing touches.
That's it. He's got to cap off the clean out.
Okay.
And then press down some dirt.
Suze, did you call?
I did, Tom. She gave me 2 numbers. One was a fast busy. The other went to voicemail, and I left him a voicemail.
Okay, now, Carol, we will follow this along. We're not brushing you off. But people are having a tough time right now.
No, and I did believe him when he said he'd be out there in a few weeks.
Right. Speaking of believing, Kurt Rogers, I've known you for many, many years, Kurt, affordable interest mortgage. The liquid loan is the most amazing product on the market right now. I think it fits today's lifestyle.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Tom.
Now,
people want more flexibility, and that gives it to you.
The flexibility is, correct me if I'm wrong, it is a 30-year line of credit.
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm just using fake numbers. I owe $100,000. I go to get a liquid loan. You pay off the 100, right? That's correct. That's the first draw.
Correct.
Now, then I have, so now I owe 100, but let's say I have additional equity that allows me to have 100 more. Okay?
Okay.
So, I don't have to take it out. I don't pay for it.
Right.
But I want to go on vacation or I want to make a home improvement. I take out 10.
Correct.
Just like writing a check.
Correct.
Then I get paid, and I'm keeping money in the bank to pay the electric, the utilities, the taxes. I put my savings in the same account, the same bank, and I have 20 in savings. So now I had 100 on my first line of credit. I took out an extra 10. That's 110. Now I put 20 in the bank just to hold it there for a month while I'm paying bills. That 20, actually, they subtract the 20 from the mortgage, and now the mortgage is 90.
Correct.
So I'm paying interest only on 90.
That's a simple interest portion of the loan. It's a simple interest loan.
Okay, so if I get an inheritance and I have $50,000 sitting in the bank, for the whole time that $50,000 is in the bank, let's say I put it in a regular account, I get nothing for it at the bank. But at this bank, they take $50 off of my mortgage.
Drops your payment $160.
I'm not paying down the mortgage. They just take $50 off of it.
Correct.
I didn't give that $50 to them.
No.
And I can get it back in a minute.
Yes.
It's liquid.
Very much so.
It's very cool. Is it more expensive than a regular loan?
No. Actually, when you look at the liquid loan, it actually will cost you less with less money because it's simple interest.
Explain simple. No, we'll do that another time.
Okay.
In a little while. This is Kurt Rogers, Affordable Interest Mortgage. If you have a question on the liquid loan, we never really explore it like we should. I want to go to Lori, because Lori called us. We promised we'd call people back. So, Lori, you only waited 40 minutes. I hope that's not too long. What's happening, Lori? And thank you for calling us and trusting us to call you back. What's going on?
Well, I'm having an issue with a car rental agency.
Okay, what happened? Tell me the story.
Okay. In October of 2020, I rented a car through them for a vacation coming up starting Saturday.
Who's from them?
Budget. Rent a car.
Okay.
I received confirmation. A price was on the confirmation in June 1st.
What was the price on the confirmation?
It was $1,006.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then on June 1st, I added a child seat to the reservation. I received confirmation back again. The price was still the same. On July 31st, I phoned Budget to speak with an agent to ask if it was possible to change the name from my daughter's name on the reservation to mine because I wanted to use my credit card to pay for the...
You can do that once you get there, but it's okay. Go ahead. What happened?
But the agent didn't bother to tell me that. The agent said, yes, I could change the name, and I asked the agent if there would be any change to the reservation if I did that, or any change to the price.
Yeah, it's an entire new reservation, but go ahead. What did they say? Yeah.
So the agent told me, no, there would be no change to that. I repeated what he told me, and then I said, okay, if there will be no changes to this, then I would like to change the name from my daughter's to mine. Okay, he changed the name. I waited on the phone with him until I saw that there was an email on my email from Budget. We hung up. I clicked on the email and almost fainted because the price had gone up $600.
Okay, did you call back immediately?
Yes, immediately.
And what did they say?
I was told by the agent that I would have to send a copy of that
Original.
The original.
Yeah. So what happened?
2 supervisors. I sent it. Nothing happened. I called back again and I said, "Can I speak with a supervisor?" No supervisors available, but one would call me back within 24 hours. That didn't happen.
All right. So basically, have you been getting the runaround since?
Definitely.
Okay, but did you get this price at the end of your rental, the extra $600, or before?
At the end of my rental?
Yeah, what I'm asking is, did you find out about the price increase when it was still just a reservation, or did you go ahead and rent and then find out?
Well, the car was already rented, and the confirmation was for $1,006.
When you say it was already rented, the car was in your possession?
No, because our vacation starts this next weekend.
You're talking about this next weekend right now. Right. So, okay, you made a reservation way in advance. Congratulations. Yeah. Now, so now the car is coming up, and it's going to be $600 more, and it shouldn't be, and they still haven't corrected it.
Right. They say that it was a modification, and they won't go past that. And I have tried to explain to them in several emails that the modification would not have been made if their agent would have told me the truth.
I know that, but see, that is so freaking hard to go back and do. Oh, God. Would they honor the original confirmation in your daughter's name? You see, you erred in thinking you had to change the reservation to get the credit card on file.
Well, that's what I was told by the agent. The one who...
My wife makes reservations all the time, and I switch it over to my card all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You can. Okay, then. But why does modifying the confirmation, the reservation, why did that cost an extra $600? You know what? This is a job for you know who. It's not that I don't love Deputy Dan and Deputy Doc and Deputy Dollar, but there are certain ones that just are made for. I think Deputy Smarty. What?
I just have a cool question. Have you ever gone to a budget rental place in person?
Yeah, I did. Okay. I went to a budget rental place in Lakewood, and the lady told me there was nothing I could do.
Good observation, Doc. What did they say?
They said there was nothing they could do.
This just doesn't seem right to me.
No, it doesn't to me either.
We're going to give you somebody. Now, Deputy Smarty Pants is en route somewhere. But he did say he would take problems. He just can't get on them immediately. No, we're going to work with you, okay? We got to get fast because her car rental's coming up. I'm really sorry about that, but we will work on it. I mean, you know, what do you do in cases, Mark? How many times do we hear this? How many times about on the phone they said this, and then I said this, and they said this? Do you have an app to record calls?
Yeah, but if she has both confirmations, I'm sure she can get it figured out. If she has the original and then has the new one, and they can see when that original was canceled and it was the same exact thing, I think...
Or not canceled, but modified, right. Yeah. Unless it says on the website that... Dan, look it up maybe. That modifications, you know, maybe that does change the price.
You just got to get through to the right person.
By the way, the Harris Law Firm, I want to bring this up. It's very important. Tonight, they have a free webinar on a family law topic. Every Wednesday, they do free webinars. It's really enlightening. They also have their past webinars archived. Harris Family Law. Now, the reason I bring them up, they're a great law firm, and it's a terrible time when you go through a divorce, but they try to make it non-confrontational, truly, while representing you. They're really a cut above and great people, but tune in for their free webinar tonight. Go to harrisfamilylaw.com to find out. I think it's around 6 o'clock. harrisfamilylaw.com, 303-515-5000.
Tell your smart device to...
Yeah, I'm sure they canceled versus modifying and canceled.
Say that again.
I'm sure on the reservation they canceled.
Do you think they did?
Well, I'm sure they did that, because otherwise...
Well, that's easy. It's got new reservation numbers.
Right. They didn't modify it.
No, not at all.
Fit it.
Then you're right.
I don't have a sponsor for me. Fit it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make it. By the way, guys, I found out a lot of information, seriously, on that case.
Which case?
That woman that complained. I want to explain it all to you. You didn't read the email, but there's way more to it. And what they did free is unbelievable. And I talked to George personally last night about it. Because I said, we have to look at these. And he said, Tom, I'm going to tell you every single detail of it.
Well, I understand that, but she was promised that it was work to
Hold on. I'm going to tell you what really happened.
Swiss breakfast croissant sandwich. That's for free. No catch, no purchase necessary. Available during breakfast hours only.
If you're looking for floors, you can find floors anywhere. There, end of commercial. Of course not. Because there's way more than the actual product. You want good installers, good financing, good warranties, good service, and you want to buy the right stuff to begin with. That's where you get simplyfloorsinc.com to come to your home. You make the appointment there, and then you have somebody come who knows what they're talking about. Buddy and Karen Mitchell, they are the experts for you. So you get a better experience, and it's even better pricing than the big boxes. Find out for yourself. simplyfloorsinc.com. FixMyHome.com is a great website for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. That's where you get Fix It 24/7. Now, I had dinner with George, the owner, last night. We went over customer service. He said, by far, they guarantee 100% satisfaction. That's FixMyHome.com. Fix It 24/7. $39 gets someone to your home to give you a complete and full estimate of what they're going to do. Prices are always quoted up front. And if you agree, they subtract the $39. FixMyHome.com. Fix It 24/7. That's 720-526-3939. People are selling houses in a record amount of time. So you might think, I'm just going to put my house on the market, get the most I can, and then that's it. When you hear it sold in 6 hours, what you don't hear is that people wait for months for a closing, because that's what happens. And then you get inspections, and then you get all kinds of stuff, surveys, and all of that, right? Well, that's one way to sell your house, and there's nothing wrong with it. But you can also just get a check and do nothing else. No commissions, no inspections, no waiting for months to get your check. You get it in a few days from Home Investors. It's that easy. They really do it. Now, you may say, Tom, they're never going to pay me what I want. Well, you don't know that. They may. Or you may just get a check and leave town because you love it. Try it. You have nothing to lose. 800-44-BUYER. Everyone should at least try it. 800-44-BUYER.
Now I don't drink during the week. My cravings are gone. I've lost weight, and I saved $200 on alcohol last month.
LifeBack is a unique, physician-approved program for those who want to cut back on drinking or quit completely. Suppress the craving, improve relationships, get healthy, and start saving money today. Drink less, live more. Get your life back. Call or visit LifeBac.
Somebody's explaining racist math.
Hey, did you ever check back with Al to see if that guy...
I read that whole article and responded.
Does it work? Do you agree?
It gives that perspective. I mean, do I agree? No, I don't agree. But I definitely understand it. I think, I've said it a million times, I don't think it has to do with the culture. I think it's more socioeconomics than anything.
What are they saying? Underperformance of student groups, black.
They're saying the same thing Little was saying to you yesterday. It's basically the same thing, man.
Where
when you're teaching in front of 20 people, and basically 6 of them are black and 4 of them are Mexican, and the rest are white guys. You're always teaching, and you're always looking at the white people as if they're better at math, because generally speaking, they are better at math. Okay, you follow me so far? Seriously, okay?
But why are they?
Well,
because of how they grew up.
Because of how they grew up.
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
But my only thing is,
that's where the opportunity thing is.
Yeah, well, no, but I still say socioeconomics.
Yeah, it is.
I say if you had 10 poor white kids and 10 rich black kids, the black kids would be better at math. I fucking guarantee it.
Absolutely. Because they have the hope and opportunity. People won't do... See, do you know why a lot of young black kids are good at basketball? I swear to God.
Because that's where they see the hope and opportunity.
Exactly. And that's what I said. If you give hope and opportunity, you really do engender creativity. In some, no matter what, you're always going to have slugs. But, white, black, whatever. You give that hope. There's a possibility. It's a peek over the pale.
No, but I guess what gets me on your college thing, man, the more I think about it.
But it has nothing to do with taxes. You understand that?
No, forget even, I don't care how you would implement it. I'm not even talking about the implementation. I get that even thinking about, Jay Brett's kids are perfect examples. I bet that one kid just basically learns under his dad how to run it. I bet he doesn't go to college.
Right.
I really bet he doesn't.
Right.
And there is no fucking reason that kid should go to college.
Good.
There is nothing better set up for him than that.
Okay, so
and the same goes with trade schools. If we have this fucking way of looking at them like they're bullshit. Let me tell you. These teachers make a fucking shitload less money than a good plumber, a good electrician, a good
college for everyone.
Well, no, I'm saying not just college. Why don't we educate them in something where they can actually improve their entire life?
Oh, I agree. When I say opportunity, equal opportunity, I mean a child should never be restricted from going to college or trade school or into any other. Hold on. That's where it ends. They should not be entrance should not be restricted.
Maybe it shouldn't. But to say 2 years of community college is going to improve the average Joe's life, I just say it did.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Now, I wish Smarty Pants was on here because didn't he work on this problem?
What is it?
The wrongful repo?
Yeah. I think so.
He did, but he's in the car.
I got an email, and Tony, here's what Tony's story is. He wakes up one day, his car's gone. Now, he had a deferment he worked out with Belco. Right? Didn't you work out a deferment that you were going to miss a couple payments, but then you were on time with your other payments, but your car was repossessed? They said, no, you only had a 1 month deferment. You said, no, I had a 2 month. The way we read it, it did look like 2 months. Smarty Marty got on the case. Tell me what happened.
So he filled out, or he sent an email to the manager I had been working with, and just kind of let them know who he was, that I had contacted you guys, and that you guys are well aware of the situation now. And when she received that mail, she called me and she said that she sent that up to the supervisor in the repossessions department, and he was the one working on it.
I'm doubling Smarty Marty's salary. Hey, Smarty Marty.
You did awesome.
Yes.
You're getting a raise.
Triple it.
Well, we're going to triple it.
Yes, he deserves it. He did an amazing job on this, and I mean, he just made it so easy, and yeah, he did great. So the threat of you guys, having my back and seeing that, hey, there's a problem here, that just, kind of made everything happen. So I'm very grateful for you guys, and I really appreciate the time and effort you guys put into this. It's awesome.
That's why it's called media with a purpose.
Oh,
Right.
Absolutely. Thanks for bringing that up. Media with a purpose. Smarty Marty, what did you do? Smarty Marty. Oh, his phone. He's driving in the mountains. Okay, we can't hear him, but listen. I'm so happy.
Here, I'll tell you what he did.
Okay.
He bugged the living hell out of them until they gave in.
Hey, Tony, you were getting nowhere. Is that true?
Yes, I wasn't. No, I was not getting anywhere with them. Every time I spoke with the manager, it seemed like they were fighting back against her too. So, yeah, I mean, him being involved, definitely got the ball rolling.
So it paid to call the Troubleshooter show. Here's what I want to ask you. How did you know to call us? I always wonder how people get, sometimes people are listeners, sometimes a friend tells them. How did you find out?
Well, my father is a regular listener, and when I kind of told him what was going on, he was like, yeah, you definitely need to give Tom a call.
Pretty soon it's going to be my grandfather.
Yeah, well, now maybe we converted you to being a listener, so I hope so.
I definitely will be listening more. I mean, I've heard of you before, and the whole thing, this is the first time working with you guys, so I mean, you've got another fan. So
all right, thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Smarty Marty, did we get your connection back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Well, are you asking me how I handled this?
Yeah.
Oh, well, my usual modus operandi. I give them a phone call and I send them an email. And she responds really quickly to the email. She apparently called the consumer right away, and they were playing telephone tag, and eventually I follow up, and follow up. So
yeah, you follow up. You're tenacious, as Mark put it. You bug the hell out of them until they give in to submission. Now,
well, they're aware of the show. I make sure they're aware of the show.
And they are, and that's good. So together, the combination is lethal. You have publicity, you have Smarty Marty, and a bunch of deputies, and that's why we help people, and that's why you got to spread the word. Get help at 303-MARTINO anytime, 24/7. That's 303-MARTINO. More on the liquid loan coming up if you have any questions. Plus, we'll talk about your problems, questions, and complaints. Stick around. We will get to you, I promise. I'm Tom Martino.
To get the
Well, they
most...
just steal the stuff. They don't have to pay for it, so you don't have to figure out how much it costs.
That's true.
Okay, so...
Very few, with the exception of what you do in attorneys, very few people use what they learned in college.
No, but I think that if you go to 2 years of community college, it gives you...
Well, I'm not even saying that.
I totally did. How about 2 years of hands-on fucking working
Let me
somewhere?
finish what I'm saying. I think it gives you an appreciation of how you can better society, of the use of literature, watching the news, becoming an informed
I forgot how liberal you were, Doc.
No, but
I'd rather have my kid out there fucking crunching and selling.
I'm not saying it's one or the other. I'm saying it's whatever works for the. Hold on. I'm saying it's whatever works for the kids.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you mandatory 2 years on them. I'm not saying that at all. I think all you need is to give that little kid knowing. Well, now I can go to this. I can do this. I can do this. They're not even exposed to the trades. That's the problem. It's amazing.
No, they pretty much took them away.
You and I should walk into seriously to ghetto area and talk to kids like, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? I swear to God, if you talk to people, that's what.
No, but the problem is these fucking public schools indoctrinate these kids that if they don't go to college, they have no fucking life. Well, and the problem with that is it's fucking bullshit.
And that's why you have all these different degrees out
there. You might have not got hired in a newspaper. That might be an argument, but I don't even think that would be an argument because I know you. You still would have ended up basically where you're at. I think so.
Okay, right, but that's because I was watching, but I was watching people like me. Seriously.
Then what?
From my neighborhood or from around, I was watching people do things to succeed. You know what I'm saying? I had a vision, a path. When you decide to get the cake route, you must have. It didn't just come to you from God. I mean, it could have, but I think you saw some examples of business and thought.
I did. I watched these guys hustling their wares every day.
I can do that.
I said I can do that probably better than they do.
But some of these kids don't get that exposure. That's what I'm saying. They don't get that positive example. If you can,
then that's what all goes back to that whole family thing. And that's the part that scares me is how do you change? And when I say family, I don't even mean like mom and dad traditionally. I mean a loving home that shows a good example. I don't give a fuck what it's made of.
You can't change it overnight. Okay, and you may never change it, but. I wasn't in that home. I got out. There are people that get out.
No, but you're very core upbringing. You could call that the first 7 years. I don't know whatever you call it, but you were loved. You had examples. I mean, even though you didn't like what your dad ended up doing, I mean, you still had examples of them working, right?
But what I'm saying is, we shouldn't punish those little kids, those little minority kids or little poor kids because they don't have that.
I agree.
We should try that to give them hope. Even if they don't have it in their family, when they see it on TV or they hear about it, or they know or their school tells them, you go to college or trade school, blah, 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 you don't get money. I swear to God, even if they had a bad family, when they know that, knowing you have hope, it's so much different than just thinking, I'm going to be like my brother, I'm selling drugs.
Do you ever think, though, that maybe it's always going to be what you want to call the outliers, but there's a lot more outliers than what maybe you think? A lot of people just go out and create their own shit. They just do it. And I think that is really the death. I bet he created his own shit. I don't know him from anybody.
So you guys are missing it too. Not just that, but it's not just education. It's that first job. That part-time job for these kids. That's where they see the whole, and they see, you know,
they start
these
learning
kids don't
money.
get that. That's what they need.
But
is
a
a
lot
job.
of
Yeah, just email me what documentation you need. McDonald's or whatever. I agree.
It doesn't matter what it is.
I've done a lot of volunteer work, and I'm telling you, the kids, okay, and black kids and Hispanic, you don't understand something. They don't even have in their mind
that it's a possibility.
That, honest to God, Dan, it's so foreign to you. When I hear, well, pull them up by their bootstraps, you're right.
No, but the problem is they go, my parents don't work and they get money all
and my
the time.
brother sells drugs,
and we live here, and he got a brand new
or
bike
I'm
last
going to
week.
get my check. I swear to God, I'm going to get my check. And the other thing is this.
So how do you get past that mentality?
It's going to take a long time.
But you and me talking to them for even a day doesn't even come close to what they're watching 24/7.
But if in school they were showed, they say, guys, we got great news for you. Even if your parents have no money, even if you come from, even if you're very poor now, you have opportunities. We're going to, you can go to college, you can go to trade school, you can start a business. They just expose them to this. Now they're thinking,
I'm talking to Tom
holy
about
shit,
it right now.
Holy shit, I can go to college. Mom, I can go to college. She might even say, shut up, you're not going to. Well,
I know he's taking Russ on. Were you watching the video and going back to him, or we're done with the call and just have Ken call?
Okay, I watched the video. I don't even know what the fuck you meant about the end, but I'm going to go back to it. Yes.
And maybe maybe you can share his Venmo stuff on your Show Me Trouble or on the and tell him to do that.
Didn't he send us raw video?
On the video, there's a Venmo
link, but
not a link, but like type this in to Venmo.
But I can see how that would be good. I can see how that reaction would be.
Well, I mean, that's what people, they don't, just to say, hey, you're in college.
It's the TikTok. Go to the next one.
Don't you think? I think that's the thing.
Right there, and you can see Venmo,
You
Cash
have to
App
be motivated
stuff,
by
I don't know.
what you want.
Posted on
No,
if you ask anybody successful, it's kind of funny, man.
They
You hit
actually
different
print
levels
the
in your
Venmo
life,
maybe we
and you
print
think when you were
fix
at
your
multiple
Cash App
levels
Venmo.
before, oh my God, if I made that much money a year, shit, I'd be set forever, I'd be happy. But then you hit that level, and you're not even fucking happy with that level. And you gotta continue and continue.
Everybody always wants to make more money.
No, but what if you, yeah, of course, not just make more money, but just keep doing more things.
Of course.
And it's not everybody, that's the problem.
I don't think
a lot of people don't.
You gotta throw a job to see what.
There's another one. Go to the.
Okay, this is the
go to school, you get a job, you make more money.
in my high school, we had wood shop, we had car repair.
Right.
I didn't do any of that. I had no interest.
You know what? We had home back in typing, which really proved to be great skills to me.
Typing, for sure.
Are we out of time? Let me resend the link to
I never
the
took
after.
typing.
Okay, the after without the stuff in the storage.
Well, that's one side. The other side is the destroyed side. That is how.
You know what's funny about typing now? You could take any
What you
kid.
saw
he
is
said,
after the
but
fire.
here, I don't think kids learn to type
It was the other
I swear to God, all they
destroyed
do is one finger.
He says he has another video where
There is no,
But they still,
there's not a typing class
that's what we
anymore,
want.
is there?
He has one or even a still.
You think there's a
I have no
typing
proof. Those
But here's how you lay your hands.
No, Mark, I think that they are so good at the keyboard, they don't need to take typing. They've been doing it all their life on their computers.
But I'm saying now you're getting with this, with iPads and everything, and you're.
This guy, who produced his videos? Who? With the music and the.
Oh, the one looked good. I think his son.
I want equal time to talk about my update.
Maybe we just
$900.
Maybe we just hit that video.
What's happening?
We
Not sure if we're on the air or not. Everybody hold tight. We have a few issues.
Are we
going
on the air? Okay. Well, we could hear nothing. We didn't hear the open. We didn't hear anything on Tom Martino. Sorry for that technical difficulty. 303-713-TALK is our number, 303-713-8255. Our guest today, Affordable Interest Mortgage. We have Kurt Rogers with us. We were talking about the liquid loan, a line of credit. It's an incredible loan we'll get back to. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. I want to remind you, that if you have pain or inflammation, even anxiety, for some reason CBD works. They come in all forms, and Panacea Life has it. I gave it a URL that's easy to remember. RealCBDThatWorks.com. And what you can do is put Tom in the promo code and get 30% off. Welcome to the show. Let's continue. We did a lot, had a lot of great follow-ups. Deputy Doc says he has a follow-up. Deputy Doc, what do you got going on? What's happening, sir?
Cindy called up. Her daughter bought a...
Your mic's not on, bro.
Yeah. Cindy called up. Her daughter bought a used Jeep from AutoNation Chrysler Jeep West.
Okay, it was Cindy. When did she... I'm looking it up, sir. Okay. Go ahead. What happened then?
And she was able to get...
Oh, I got it here. Yeah.
She was able to get her money
Wasn't
back.
there a 5-day return policy?
Right.
And it was... Okay. So
anyway,
what
basically she got all her money back, but they wouldn't give her $899
for the appearance protection.
For the appearance protection package. I called up Sabrina. We got on their case, and she got the check for $899.
Great stuff. Now hold on. So where's she should have called in. So what was the reason they were keeping it to begin with?
There was no reason. Which is why we were able to get it back, because they had no reason for keeping it. So when I talked to Sabrina, I said, why are you keeping it if you're giving her the refund for everything else? And she understood, and Cindy's daughter got the check on Monday.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, another dinger today. And by the way, I got to load the sounds on this computer so I get my dinger back.
I just wanted equal time with Marty, that's all.
Yeah, Deputy Doc, Deputy Smarty Pants, Deputy Dollar, Deputy Dan. I shouldn't even call him Deputy Dan. Well, Deputy.
I don't even know what he does.
Deputy Deadbeat Dan.
He's an engineer. He doesn't have to do anything.
Okay, let's go to the phones. First, Kurt Rogers, a question. On the liquid loan, is there an upper limit? People want to know about jumbos. What is the upper limit? Do you know?
They will do the loan at the same rate at $2.5 million or $100,000. No difference.
So 2.5 is the answer.
2.5. There are exceptions above that, but that's what the rate should
Why isn't the product as big here? It's amazing. Some of the stuff I've read on your product overseas, it is the majority of the mortgages.
Yeah.
Why is it different here? Is it because the bankers don't like it here?
Well, if you look at a standard mortgage, we're the only country in the world that does a 30-year fixed the way we do a 30-year fixed. The rest of the world doesn't even do it.
But why? That's what I'm getting
Because they seem to be more profitable at the beginning of the loan. In the first 7 years, you're going to pay probably 65% of all the interest is going to be in the beginning of the loan. And most people, approximately 70%, will either sell or refinance every 3 to 5 years.
And start all over.
So it starts that cycle over.
So they're
the banks
paying
like
interest
that.
all the time.
Now, okay, somebody said simple interest is a good thing, but isn't it a fluctuating simple interest?
Yes, it is a fluctuating.
So what's the ceiling if you refied now?
If you start, it's an adjustable rate mortgage. If you start, let's say the rate starts at 3%, the most it can go is 9%. It goes 6 points above your start rate, whatever that is at the time you start the loan.
But can't you also
if it's 3 right now, it can go. If it's 3 right now, it can go up to 6.
Go up to 9.
Oh,
6 on top of the original.
But, okay, so it follows the market. And when does it adjust? Yearly, monthly?
Monthly.
Kurt, I really thought for like the first 5 years, if you paid a little extra, you could lock it. No?
No.
Okay.
Not in the liquid loan. But and many people don't understand the difference between the adjustable rate and the effective rate. Because you talked about it earlier, Tom, when somebody puts in $10,000, it's going to lower their payoff, but it's also going to lower their payment. For every
interest.
That's right. So for every $10,000 you put in, your payment goes down $32. That's the same as getting paid 4% on that $10,000. So if you got $10,000
and you don't pay tax on it,
and you pay no taxes on it, where if you have it in the bank making 4%, you're paying taxes on it.
But you can always refi out if rates ever got ridiculous. You can go to a fixed. But I don't see why you would, because here's what I'm saying. Oh, well, I guess if you get a low rate right now for 30 years and just keep it, you have no danger of it going up. But if you get the liquid loan, there is some risk.
The product's made for people that got equity and people that have cash on hand. That's who this loan's made for. It really is, Kurt, and it's a great product for those people. But people living basically, I don't want to say paycheck to paycheck because they can qualify for a 15 or 30-year mortgage. They're probably better off at that 15 or 30 years simply because their payments are going to be lower, even though they're going to pay a hell of a lot more for that house over time.
Yeah. So anyway,
no, that's incorrect.
Incorrect in what way?
I can take a 30-year mortgage at 2.25, paying the same amount of money, put you in this liquid loan. Even if the rate's 3.8, you're going to pay less interest, own the home faster with the same dollar. Because every dollar you put in there is basically paying you the same rate as you're paying on the mortgage, applying it to the principal, driving the payoff down, driving the payment down, and driving the interest rate down.
You're saying if you get a liquid loan, and rates go up, you're still going to be in a better position?
I can show them on a spreadsheet I have, and I just gave one here earlier to Ken.
Doc.
Yep. Even if the rate's higher, goes to the max of 9.8%, it still will outperform at 2.25. It's hard to understand. It does. I can prove it day in and day out.
But as Mark says, you have to have cash to do it, cash in it.
Understand the payment on a 2.25 loan on a $400,000 house is going to be twice as much as this one, which now means because this is a simple interest loan. It's only on the payoff. As your payoff goes down, you're lowering your payment.
Explain the difference between a simple interest and the what is the other interest
It's an amortized. It's not a compound, but it's amortized. A standard loan, let's say your payment's $2,000. Of that, $400 goes to principal, $1,600 goes to interest. They'll take that $400 against of the principal and put it off against the principal. So on $300,000, it goes down to $299,600. Then they re-amortize the loan for the number of months left. So
every month. So you're paying on the full balance, which but it's a reduced. The reduction of the loan is way lower.
Correct. It's $400. Then it goes to $401. Then it goes to $402. Well, with this loan, when you're putting that $2,000 in, it drops the payoff to $298,000. Now your payment's on $298.
Wow.
So the payment jumps quicker, and because of that, you pay less interest to own the property. It's called.
So you're saying to me that with a low rate 30-year and the liquid loan 30-year, at the end of 30 years, even if it went up to 9%, you're telling me that the total interest paid would be less on the liquid loan?
Yes.
I wasn't saying it wouldn't be less. What I was saying is if you only have, say, $3,000 a month of income coming in, and it's a $400,000 loan, or whatever you would need to qualify for that, in your payoff on your 30-year is $400 day one, and the payoff on your product day one is the same. With that money, those people only have so much to pay that loan down. You're saying the payments, not the interest amount, but the payments are going to be lower on that product.
Yes.
Now, okay.
Now,
that's amazing.
That's why you call them to find out. Honest to God.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard. It's too hard to explain on the radio. Yeah. And you can call AIM, AIMortgage.net, okay? And you can always get a hold of them. And it's 720-895-0500. Hold on. We have to take a quick break. Don't forget, Water Pros can do water conditioning and water filtration. The lowest prices in the market anywhere with the best computerized low-maintenance systems for the whole house. That's waterpros.net.
I got my DNA test back. Turns out I'm Irish.
Is your payoff's going down?
Hi, I'm Irish.
So when your payoff goes down, your payment's going down. The one I just showed him, his payoff goes down, and I have the rate going up a point a year for the next 3 years. His payoff
Everyone has a little Irish fun in them when they're at O'Shea's Casino at Lady Luck Blackhawk. Now open
because you talk about money that are making
Friday to Sunday close. Must be 21 mortgage that never changes. The payment's always the same. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Is 375 isn't it? Huh?
Buy and build is where you go for wholesale. No, below wholesale on building products, especially for kitchen and bath. Buy and build, 560 South LaPan. Buyandbuild.net. You will be astounded at the deals there for cabinets and countertops and fixtures of all kinds. If you're looking, even some floors like hardwoods and all that, if you're looking for great deals, buyandbuild.net. I can't stress it enough. 303-295-6022. And of course, another place for home improvements. You're looking for just countertops, art, theartofgranite.com. You'll get prices on the phone. Mitch Floria, the owner, is so proud of what he does. He gives prices on the phone. He can do granite, quartz, he can do marble, or any solid surface. He can also provide materials at wholesale. Tear out and hallways free of everything, and the bathrooms free when you do the kitchen. Theartofgranite.com. Get your price on the phone, 303-386-5919. And when it comes to the house, who can be better at roofing than excelroofing.com, the roofer that's been on my referral list.com since day one. I know Jay Bretz, I know the family. I can tell you that this is a well-run company dedicated to the best. And here's how I know. You don't pay a cent until you're content. What does that mean? He does everything. Yeah, and all he does is basically he guarantees complete satisfaction. Who else can do that in the roofing industry? He also knows the roof system. That means the circulation you need in the attic to make it last longer and to keep your home more energy efficient. For roof repairs, for attic insulation, not attic insulation, but the ventilation system, for the roofing, for anything, and for insurance, excelroofing.com. excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400. And I love referring good people, especially when they give away free things. This free thing can really be a lifesaver to people. It's about personal injury damages. If you're in an accident and there is a personal injury, you can get free legal advice just calling John Fuller. Now, he'll tell you truly what to do, if you can do it yourself or if you need an attorney. And of course, there's no obligation to hire John Fuller, but if you do, there is no charge out of pocket. It's all contingent on what he collects for you. Free legal advice. That's John Fuller, Fuller Law. Find him at referralist.com or call him 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500.
Pretty Mutual Insurance Company.
Is this important? Please remind people they have to qualify for life insurance to use liquid loan.
No, what?
Cancer, high blood pressure, etc. people need not apply.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, an email. Please remind people that you have to qualify for life insurance to use a liquid loan.
I didn't.
Well, Kurt, is that correct or not? No. There's no life insurance for the liquid loan.
There's no qualification. There's for health issues for the liquid loan.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's why I was like, didn't want to read it on the air if it wasn't true. I mean, that's why it's asking. It's Bradford Sparks.
Liquid loan because of the bank on your self capacity with the life insurance policy. They may be tying those two together. And if you get life insurance, you have to qualify medically. But not for the liquid loan that he talks about.
Okay.
They're two separate things.
All right.
So Kurt, is it 375? Isn't that the base? That's the floor rate. That's the lowest you go.
Yep. You'll see how your unique kitchen and bath fantasies will become your reality. Come on, folks.
And it hasn't been 9.75 in 25 years.
Baths, counters, and floors, and even replace your windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right and done right. 303-722-2295. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Business is built on connections. And with Square, you can connect every side of your business with tools that all work together. From your customers and your sales to your staff.
So I'm working with Heather too.
Everything is in sync.
She's good.
So you can get a head start on shaping what's to come.
Oh, Heather Sensi? Yeah.
See how Square can help connect every side of your business by visiting square.com/go.
He said, I don't mean to bug you and stuff, you know.
Always about that way.
No, Bob said that.
This recording
I
is
called
sponsored
Bob.
by
Bob is not bugging.
Smoky skies, otherwise mostly clear, down to 61, mostly sunny, with again areas of smoke. High 96, the record is 97 for 2020.
I thought you were going to do it, Mark.
Looking to save 2 years. Look at Allstate.
In 2 years?
You can get the protection
you have to have
need at the
2
low
years.
rates you want. With Allstate, you can lower your rates.
2 years.
This is
2 years same income.
Or call an agent for a quote today.
They make it hard. You can have $2.5 million in the bank, and if they're like anybody else, they still won't.
What's that? The liquid loan?
Yeah.
Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Let's go to the phones and solve some problems, answer questions, and take complaints. Now, Eugene, what's going on with your dishwasher?
Yeah, I bought a dishwasher at Home Depot at Stapleton store.
Yeah.
I bought this first part of June, and I paid over $1,000 for it. Now, it took them over a month before they even delivered it. I didn't get the dishwasher delivered until the 22nd, when they brought it and supposedly hooked it up. But when they left, the machine wasn't working when they left. And
why? When did they deliver it, by the way?
They delivered it on the 22nd, the same day that supposedly they connected it.
The 22nd of when?
Of July.
Okay.
Sorry.
Did they acknowledge it wasn't working when they left?
No, they just so-called fixed it and basically just left, you know.
Hold on, they set it up, right? They set it up, but they didn't run it through a cycle?
No, yes, exactly. And I didn't know I was aware of it, so when I started trying to use it, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. And it's still...
Like when you say it doesn't work, it's a brand new dishwasher. You turn it on, what happens? Nothing?
Nothing. The lights and everything comes on, but nothing happens.
I wonder if it's user error.
That's what I'm thinking. Eugene, are you positive you know how to use it?
Yes, I'm going by what the instructions I've got. And
let me ask you this. Is this the kind of controls that are on the top of the door and then you shut it and then it waits a few seconds and turns on?
Yeah, the controls are inside the door.
Yeah, I know exactly.
And then I set it, it started and closed the door.
Nope.
And
there's one other button. I have one. That button has to be pressed so it is, I got to think now, it's either blinking or solid, but after you set it, you have to do an extra touch of the start. Even though you do the start, set the cycle, then you have to hit the start again and close it. And I would love to know the make and model and look up the manual you're looking at, because
it's a Frigidaire. Let me see if I can find the paperwork, the model. Just a second.
Okay, hold on. Give it to Suzanne. Suzanne, get all that make and model. I want to look it up, then we'll talk to him. I really do believe it might have something truly to do with the user error. I hate to say that, but really I do. Dawn, what's going on with a refund issue? Dawn.
Good afternoon. Thank you for taking my call.
What's happening?
I refinanced my home back in late 2019, and I overpaid a little bit on the closing costs, nothing much, $235.
Now, how do you know you overpaid on the closing?
Only because Ascendant Title sent me a check with a refund for, a escrow amount and a notary service. So it actually said on the refund what it was for.
Okay.
Recording fees and notary fees.
Okay.
Received the check, cashed the check, or deposited it to my checking account, and the next day I get a message from my bank saying that the check was returned.
What?
So I called Ascendant, right? Just simple. So I called Ascendant Title. They said, oh, shoot, we did issue the check to you. You're entitled to the funds, but we issued it on an account that we're currently closing. So we shouldn't have issued you the check off of that account. We will issue you a new check off a different account. Plus, I incurred a $12 bank charge for a refunded check, and they were going to take care of that as well. I have all of this in emails and in writing. I can't get a check from them at this point.
For anything?
Anything.
What was the refund amount?
Not that much, $235 and a $12 refund bank fee for a total of $247.
But the original was $235, you said?
Correct.
Okay. So, really, this is ridiculous. Well, do you know Send Entitled, Kurt?
I've no, not them. I've done some business with him in the past, in 20 years.
You have?
Yeah.
But I don't think they're trying to rip her off. I mean, I think there's something silly going on. What do you think?
I don't think they're trying to rip her off either. I think that she just got caught in the gap because of how busy they are, and it's just that can's getting kicked down the road. She should be able to pick up the phone and get who's ever in charge of that Ascendant title and say, look, I got a problem.
Hey, you know what? We can have...
That's what I've...
Listen, we'll make some noise for you, Dawn. Hold on. Hey, okay. Suze, can we get Deputy Dollar on this? Deputy Dollar. It's a refund she had coming. Listen, here's what it is. She overpaid some fees at closing. They sent her $235.
Yes.
She deposited the check. It bounced. Now she's got $235 owed to her plus $12 in bank fees.
Perfect.
A total of $247.
Sure, I'll get that over to Scott.
It shouldn't be that difficult. I'll put it on call notes so you can see the exact details here.
She sent me an email, Tom.
Oh, good.
I'm going to send that over to Scott.
Okay.
How did the treble damages work on bad checks? Does it have to be you did it on purpose?
No. You know what, Mark? That is a good point.
Stick it to them.
I mean, treble damages do come into play. Can we somebody look it up while we're on the air?
I'll look it up.
There's some treble damages for bounced checks. People seldom enforce, but it can be done. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Kurt, on the liquid loan, does it remain liquid for 30 years, or do they freeze it after 10?
No, it remains liquid for the full 30. What happens at the 10-year period, let's say your line amount, your total line amount's $400,000. They will take that number and divide it by 240 months that are left. Take that figure, what it equals, and subtract it on a monthly basis to the last year. It's like almost zero.
So they go on the 10-year mark, they amortize it basically.
Well, they start lowering the line amount by the average monthly balance. They don't want you to be able to have access to $400,000 with 12 months left.
I get what you mean.
So they're slowly bringing it down.
They slowly bring the amount you can borrow down.
About $1,500 a month is what it would come out to.
Okay. So because at the end they want you to owe zero.
That's correct.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. But it's still a 30-year line of credit.
Yes.
303-713-TALK. If you have any questions for him or anyone else, you have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
That would be interesting. You have to written notice. That's what they should do.
Today at 4, 6:30.
She should get written
notice. So 10 years and then it starts.
Now, impact traffic.
You basically write them a letter saying, I'm going to go after treble damages.
But they can still take the house, and after 30 years, the house should be worth a lot more. I see why. To show the power, the benefit of the since 1999, one person one.
Yeah. I mean, only because we have conflicting issues.
Because you don't have to put money in.
Or
Fox 31, 2.1, more smoky skies, near record heat today with a high of 96, and overnight low of 61, and for Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 93. Currently it's 87. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
I still press the button.
Looking to save money this year? Look at Allstate. You can get the protection you need at the low rate you want. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Hey, let's talk about free legal advice when you really need it. I talk about this because so many people lose their rights, sit on their rights, or they wait too long to do something and it's too late. I'm talking about a personal injury claim when you're injured in an accident. Okay, obviously you take care of the injuries. Once you're done, you call John Fuller and get free legal advice. No hooks, no obligation, no tricks, no gimmicks. He'll give you straightforward information on what to do, what not to do. And if he thinks you need an attorney, if you decide to hire him and there's no obligation, you still don't pay any out of pocket. It's on a contingency fee basis, a small percentage of what he collects for you. John Fuller. Look him up at Referrals.com or call him directly for free legal advice, 303-597-4500, 597-4500. So, Kurt, on the liquid loan, it starts reducing. What monthly payment? Sorry, I left the mic on again, Dan. Is that what you meant? Okay. Sorry, Dan. On the liquid loan, what monthly payment is due?
What
monthly payment is due?
The interest-only portion of the payment.
Every month.
Every month.
From day
on the
one.
21st.
So, if you have, I know this sounds crazy. If my house is paid off, what do I do with a liquid loan?
Don't put any money in the account.
You have a line of credit.
You have a line of credit.
And then
if I put a normal line of credit.
Okay, but it still costs something to get that.
$60 a year.
Okay. Well, but the origination fee and all that.
No,
it's cheap.
Once you pay it down, it's $60 a year to keep the account open with a zero balance.
And then if I need money, I can take it.
Pay your taxes, you write the check.
Yeah. And if I don't, then I pay it back. Okay. And then.
No, it's a great product, man.
For me, it is. And then
it's going to be for me also.
Actually, for almost anybody.
Mark,
I have.
Ran through that whole simulator.
And then I have a bunch of.
If they can qualify.
My savings account only has a bunch of money. I keep it. Is it an actual savings account with?
It works like a savings account, but it's not a savings account.
A checking account.
I am.
Comes with a checking account full.
And that's where I put the money to get the interest.
The minute the money hits the checking account, it goes right to the payoff or savings account, and it's done. Not one penny.
It's an automatic. I don't have to think about it.
No.
That checking account will be exactly like my Vector checking account.
It'll be a little different, but have the same.
Different in what way? I get checks, I write checks, I get
You're
canceled
going to have a
checks.
mortgage tied to the checking account that you don't see now. So you're going to have a checking account and a mortgage, and you'll see how they blend together. So you got an extra sheet of paper showing the mortgage, the payoff, and all of that, and the payment.
But if the mortgage is zero, there's no reason.
It's going to be the same.
Well, if I can still keep money in the checking, right?
No.
So I can only.
If you owe nothing, you don't need to put money in because
I know you don't need to, but I still can or not.
You cannot put money in the account if you have a zero balance. You have to put it somewhere else.
And what bank is it?
North Point or Merchants. They're national banks.
And they're the ones that also underwrite the loan?
No.
Macquarie?
CMG underwrites.
Is Macquarie better?
Macquarie's better, but they're not in the United States.
Oh.
So they left in 2010.
Can you turn that off? Well, wait. Are we coming back? Okay. Could you turn the sound off?
Better position than you were in before. And being in a better position than you were before means you have a shorter term or a lower rate or both, or that you've maybe consolidated some debt and then they can tell you how to pay off that portion of the principal faster. They also have credit optimization where they can help you tweak your credit. It just takes a few hours to get you even better pricing, or they have the rate guarantee. So if rates go down even further, they will refinance you free of charge over the next 2 years. Give them a call, 303-867-7000. Whether you are refinancing or buying, and check out their pre-approval. If you're buying, it's like a cash offer. Yes, you're already approved, not pre-qualified, approved. All you need is the appraisal. 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Closing in 3 weeks or less, idealhomeloans.com.
The first bet on Caesars Sportsbook app is up to $5,000 risk-free, people. When I told my team about the idea, they said I was being too wonderful and magnificent. But I don't care how awesome this makes me. I'm doing this for the people. So just download the app, and that first bet is up to $5,000 risk-free. Caesar made an app for the people.
Must be 21. Offer valid in Colorado only and for new players. Paid in bet credits. Terms and conditions apply. See Caesars.com/promos. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-522-4700.
Ed Prather Real Estate. Multiple offers in 72 hours, guaranteed.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Don't forget, we love to help you save money anytime we can. 303-713-TALK. And all you have to do is call us. Not just saving money, but solving problems. So, let's go and talk about this. First of all, Dawn, we are working on getting your money back, and we love doing that. Russell, we went through the video finally. Now, here's the thing, Russell, and I want to tell everyone, his RV burned down. They lived in it. It's really devastating. He's trying to raise money. He has nothing. Everything was burned, except in the storage bays, we do see in a video when you dropped it off, or when it was at the impound yard, that extreme towing impound yard, that you did have your storage bays chock full of stuff. Here's the problem. Yeah. You don't have any after video that you told us. You said you took a video.
It's on the way. It's on the way.
Okay. Okay, good. So
I don't know how to. I'm not very good, and I don't know how to do this. I'm in the early stages of dementia. I got a lot going on.
Okay,
so,
Russell.
But even so, I still go back to the same question.
How do we prove
Russell.
it?
Well, no, just not even what we prove it. What was stolen out of there? Do you need some tools? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, in other words, we're wondering, what do you actually need?
Okay, I'll tell you. The whole motorhome underneath is all still good, okay? And I got a place, I rented to put it, okay? And now I can't afford the storage. I already paid them
Russell,
the money. They never gave it back to me.
What was your plan once you got the RV where you wanted? What was your plan with the RV? You certainly weren't going to try to rebuild it.
No, I wasn't, because I can't, but I can use the motor and put in another truck that needs a motor. There's 33,000 miles on that motor, and it's brand new overhauled.
That motor is burned.
No, it's not. It looks like it is with all the stuff around it, but it's underneath, inside the steel frame, underneath, and it was not touched.
Well, is the motor still there, Russell?
Yes, yes.
Well, are they preventing you from getting it?
My AAA roadside assistance won't tow it. They said it shouldn't even been towed at all there.
Okay, so hold on. So that's not Extreme Towing's fault. In other words, what I'm asking you is, if you want that engine and they're willing to give you that engine, what's the problem?
I can't tow it nowhere to get the engine out of it.
Can you get the engine out of it where it sits?
That's up to the tow yard.
How about the people that towed it from the place of the fire to there?
That's Extreme Towing.
Extreme towing.
And they won't tow it again?
No.
Did they tow it on its wheels?
I don't know how they towed it. I was at the hospital.
I don't know how anybody, after looking at the pictures, I have no idea how it was towed in the first place.
But, Russell, one problem, you want that engine. I don't know how we can help you get it, because they're not keeping you from if you went over to get it, would they prevent you from getting it?
Yes, I can't pull the motor out right there. I can't.
Why?
Because they won't let me. It's their yard. I got to pay storage, $65 a day.
Well, I bet.
Don't have the money.
Hey, would they take it out for you for a certain amount of money?
I shouldn't have to pay them nothing.
Okay, so they go out and they take it out for you, and you don't have to pay them anything. I don't know what to say to that. I'm trying to come up with anything for you. Do you need tools? What do you need? You want the motor.
In addition to the motor, what is that motor worth?
If we paid them $300-400 and they agreed to take it out for goodwill and put it there, can you get the motor over to where you want it?
Yeah, that's a good question. If we can get that motor removed.
It's circles.
If we can get the motor removed, can you get it somewhere?
Yeah, I probably could get it somewhere.
I want to ask another thing. What do you think that motor's worth?
It's worth $4,000 or more.
You
not only that, but the Onan generator on it is all intact and good too. And it's a 4,000 micro quiet generator, and it's like brand new. There's not even 1,000 hours on it.
What do you think? What do you think the Onan generator is worth?
That's worth anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000.
Well, I don't think so. But anyhow, why can't you get that?
It's every bit $5,000 if it's near new.
Why can't you get that?
Because first of all my tools and everything were stolen, and if they would let me get that out of there and take it out for me, the motor, the tranny, and the Onan generator,
and the transmission.
So happy. Well, yeah, I need a tranny with the motor.
I'll call them up and see if we can arrange to get this stuff taken care of.
Now, listen, or find out for a charge if they can remove the engine and the Onan generator. Your tools. What do you think your tools were worth? I have tools. I know what tools are worth. I saw your video. What do you think they're worth?
My tools, I had tools. I'll say the amount $1,300.
Okay. You're not exaggerating. Okay, that's good. About $1,000. Yeah, I was going to say about $1,000.
Are they saying they won't allow you to get the stuff? Let's say you're Superman. Would they allow you to go over there and pick up the engine and take it out of there? Or are they saying, hey, you owe us a ton more money for storage?
Nobody will tow it, Tom.
No, hold on. Russell, we didn't say that. Listen to what we're asking. If you had a way to remove the engine and the generator, would they let you?
I don't know.
Okay, good answer. We're going to find out. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. Now, Eugene, okay.
Tom,
yes.
I had him look all over the dishwasher to get me a model number. He has the manual. He can't find the model number on that.
It's on the manual. It's on the cover of the manual.
He says he can't find it.
What make is this? Frigidaire? Okay.
It's a Frigidaire, miss. Hello?
Eugene.
Yes.
A Frigidaire dishwasher, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're saying it doesn't work, but all
Does he have the receipt? That usually has the model number on it.
No, I don't. I have none of this stuff. It took over a month to get this stuff.
I don't care it took over. What does that have to do with this? You know, here's the deal. I hope business people are listening, and here's why. You're going to learn a good lesson here, and that is he has a problem. He can't turn on his dishwasher. He thinks it's failing, but he keeps going back to it took more than a month to get it. You see what I'm saying? When you cause little burbles in the transaction or lack of communication, it amplifies consumer problems. You see that? I mean, he's more pissed about the 30 days than he is about the problem, and that's what happens when along the line you piss somebody off. Do you understand? Now, they have a lot of Frigidaires. They seem to have not many models.
Well, Eugene, try this, okay? Are you in front of it, or can you get in front of it?
Yeah, can you get in front of it, Eugene?
I found some numbers. I don't know whether this is the model number or
Eugene, forget about all that. Just listen real quick. Are you by the dishwasher?
Yes, I am.
Just press the start button, then immediately close the door.
Right.
If you do not close it within 3 to 4 seconds, it's not going to do anything.
Right. So you have to set it up like normal wash. Just put all the normal stuff on. Hit start. The on has to be on, obviously, with all the lights. Then you hit start and close it immediately. Hear it?
Okay. And
hit start and put it on immediately.
I just did, and nothing.
I hear something.
No, I'm sitting right here next to it. Nothing's on.
You know what?
Look here. You have to understand, I'm 73 years old. Disabled Vietnam veteran, disabled postal worker.
Where do you, okay, Eugene, yes. I can tell you I am almost positive that Frigidaire works, okay? Somebody's got to get over there and help you. What part of town are you?
I've been asking.
What part of, hold on, bro, please. What part of town are you in?
Denver, Northeast Denver.
Listen, we appreciate your service. Hold on, yes.
Tom, somebody suggested that maybe it's not plugged into the proper outlet for a dishwasher.
No, hold on. The lights are on and all that, and they set it up. No, I'm sure they know what they're doing. I don't think. And what do you mean? They mean a dedicated 15 or 20 or 30 amp? Is that what they're talking about?
A lot of times under the sink you got the disposal.
Yeah.
And they could have plugged it into that, the wrong outlet.
Well, what would that do then?
Then you got to switch the button on for the disposal.
Oh, hold on.
He's got lights.
No, he's got lights. Your light. Hey, hold on. The lights on that are working, right?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, Eugene. We do want to help you, sir. Honestly, let's figure out if we can get somebody there to visit you. I'm serious. I mean, this is a simple problem. We got to check one of our deputies or deputize. Hold on. People, Northeast, give me some cross streets without giving me your exact address, Eugene.
It's Andrews And Chambers, Dearborn and Andrews.
Dearborn and Andrews in Denver?
Montbello area.
Montbello, okay. Okay. Does anyone write that? Do you write that down? We'll look at it.
I'll head over.
Yeah.
It's right down the damn road. It ain't far from here, man. I'll go over there right now. I'll be over there in half hour.
What a great idea. Now, Eugene.
Text me the address, Suzanne.
Get the address, Suzanne, and then Mark's going to do a cell phone report and see what we can do. This is, hey, what did Mark call it before? What did he call it? Media, we use this all the time. Media with a purpose. I coined that 40 years ago, and it works. Media with a purpose. 303-713-TALK.
Hey, you know those plugins underneath? One is hot.
Stellar stuff.
One's hot all the time. The other one's just...
We better have Ansco with him so he doesn't get mugged out there.
I never thought of that. It's a switched outlet.
Yeah. Just half of it.
Would they be that stupid?
Just half of it.
What is Best Fred, by the way? I have no idea what it is. What is Best Fred? Every day we hear it. The Best Fred Traffic Center. Oh. What is it?
Oh, so this is what I was going to say on that. You got something coming up.
Yeah. Deputy Doc.
You don't mind my kidding about equal time with me?
I don't care at all. I love it.
Okay, that's because I think people like to hear that.
We love you.
It's me and Marty going at it.
It's fun.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Plus, we got $900 back.
Did a good job there.
No, I'm rusting. I gotta, after you get done, I'll tell you something.
Okay, guys, got this going. I am not a rickety old man, but I'm getting up there in years. But whether you're getting up there in years or not, I just want to tell you about two places where I am actually a patient. Rocky Mountain IVmedics.com. Remember, it used to be complicated to get an IV. You had to go to an emergency room. Then they started these IV clinics, where you go and get hydration. Well, guess what? The next generation of IV therapy, Rocky Mountain IV Medics, because they come to you in your home. You can watch Netflix or do crosswords or whatever you want. They can come to your office. I have them come here. And for a few bucks, you get an IV therapy, anything you want. Maybe a migraine, maybe a hangover, maybe you're sick, even COVID. You need that to get over the hump. Dehydration. They do it all. And you text or call for same day, even within 2-hour appointments. 720-987-2155. I do it every month religiously. 720-987-2155. I'm also a patient of Colorado Pain Care. And Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine, is the place to go for pain. That's the bottom line. If you have pain, Colorado Pain Care, Sport and Spine, and you know what they do for you? They do therapy immediately. They have physical therapy. They have outpatient therapy. They have invasive. They have non-invasive. They deal with pain. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN.
Okay. On that towing place where the RV is. So RVs are basically hazardous materials. So if they take out...
How did you know that?
Because nobody wants them. They're to get rid of that stuff. So if they take out the only good things, Monan, the engine, and the transmission, now the yard is left with a piece of crap that's going to cost them a lot to get rid of.
Don't they have salvage value at all?
No, there's nothing. What is it? It's fiberglass and plastic and wood, right? And carpet and stuff. So I would say they would never do it. Unless they're, they're going to want something for that piece of crap sitting there.
But if they agree to pick up stuff like that, if they would have a contract with the city, there must be provisions for people that can't pay.
But they would say, that's what I'm saying. That's their provision, I'm sure. They get what the salvage is. The only thing salvage is the tranny, the engine.
In other words, they might say, take the whole damn thing.
Right. I'm sure they could say, get rid of it. We'd love to get rid of it. But I'm not going to have you pick apart all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because seriously, that thing,
I know what you're saying.
That is not easy to get rid of.
No, I know what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying, yeah.
If Don can talk a minute, we'll give you Marty, Super Marty will be now.
I'm going to contact them and see what we can do.
Or they'll say, hey, we got the tools, that's all we want.
I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't allow him to get the motor and the generator out.
Yes,
well, no, we just told him.
What?
Well, think about it.
That's the only valuable part of that. So if they get that, all they got is a hunk of junk.
They're not running a free service. They're not running a free service.
Unless he wants to pay storage forever.
So he's got to get that hunk out of there.
Well, that's right. If they can get that hunk out of there, I mean, that is a... Where are you going to salvage it out? There is no salvage out.
Where does he want it towed, or if you even got
look at his speech. I'm growing the economy from the middle class, bottom up, middle out.
But that's his new thing. That's a well, I'm sure it's just a catchphrase.
But see, it's buying votes.
Of course. So then, even if you could put that on a flatbed, where would he want that Hulk brought?
I think. Well, where are you building your house at? Nobody's going to want this. He has no place.
That's the point. Where does he want to get that?
Right. He has no place.
You know, we have covenants where we live. No engineers are allowed.
Nobody's going to want that because you're going to have to pay to get rid of it.
Right.
Those old motorhomes. If I had an old motorhome, I would park it, rub all the numbers off, park it somewhere, and let them tow it. That's the best way to get rid of it.
Where did this woman with the cracked glass say she took her car? Was it Christian Brothers? You remember she said she had.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was.
Whatever happened with that? Didn't we have an expert say there was a chip?
Basically said, in fact,
there was a
pictures.
Chip.
Yes, you can see it.
Right, there was a chip that propagated it.
Right, but they don't know the chip where it happened from. Was it a piece of
rock? They don't think it happened from them though.
Right. But you're right. When she gives you the thing of that, there's right where it started. It's actually a very straight crack too. It's just. I think I got that picture. I would say the Onan is probably the most valuable thing on that, isn't it, Tom? I mean, the engine. You kind of wonder. It's not a diesel, right?
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter,
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have affordable interest mortgage with us. Now, we say he has the liquid loan available, the 30-year line of credit. It's an incredible product, a first deed of trust line of credit, so you can borrow it up and down as you need it, and every dime you keep in the bank counts against your interest. Instead of just getting nothing in a savings account, it actually saves you interest on your mortgage. An incredible product. We'll talk more about that. But he also does, of course, normal conventional loans. He's got first-time buyer programs. He's got FHA and VA. We'll talk about that too. Now, I'm taking people when they came, the length of time they've been waiting. I'm trying to get them on. Rob has a collection bill he doesn't understand. What's going on, Rob?
Well, I received this from the collection agency, and they're saying I owe them $170.
Do you know who they are, Rob?
I have no idea.
There are a lot of scams out there with collection agencies. So
this is a current.
So what is it for? Do they reference anything that you owe?
Well, they give me a credit or a current creditor, TRS Limited.
TRS Limited?
Yes.
Okay, and what do they say about it? Do they threaten you?
Yes.
And it's 100 and what?
170.
Okay, so what do they say you owe it for to TRS?
They say if you disagree with this, it has to be delivered to them in writing less than 30 days from date of approval.
And what do they want to know? Like, what do they ask you to submit?
Just the fact that we're challenging this amount.
Okay, Rob, listen, do they have a phone number?
Yes, they do.
The collection agency. Who's the collection agency?
Kate and Kirlin, Kirlin.
Kirlin, Kate and Kirlin?
Can I say something, Tom?
Yeah.
Just call them up and you say, I want
documentation
that I owe the money. I want documentation that I owe the money to you. And if you cannot provide this and you dock my credit, I will sue you for triple damages for defamation of credit, and I guarantee they will go away.
Here's the deal, Rob. It's all right to call them and tell them you want them to send you documentation, and under the Fair Debt Collection Act, you're entitled to it. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay, call them, the Fair Debt Collection Act. You tell them you want documentation. If they refuse to give it to you, I'd ignore it. Now, if they ever serve you, I want you to call us back. But I wouldn't worry too much about it, especially if you don't recognize it.
It's Brian with Advanced Mudjacking. Does COVID have you home and you're noticing sinking concrete?
That's the easiest thing in the world to get rid of. They'll just go away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I tell the AARP. Prove I owe the bet money, prove I owe it to you, and if you deem my credit, I'm suing you for defamation of credit, for triple damages, and they never hear from these people again.
Well, actually, even they probably don't care about getting sued because they know they don't. What they're doing is fake anyway.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But once you tell them those three things, you never hear from them again.
I agree.
And I'll tell you, you know what a lot of people fall for lately, Tom? These refund scams, where they say that we're going to give you a refund of $500. Oh, you know what? We accidentally put in $5,000 instead of $500. So could you please have your bank send us $4,500? And then people send them the $4,500 before they realize that that $5,000 never
Was
existed.
her car towed there? It was. It wasn't dropped off, right? When her car was towed?
Yes. Yes. And the tow company took pictures and there was no crack at the time. She said, I'd never seen those pictures. Oh, that Betfred is a sports book.
What was that?
Tom's asking if he hears Betfred. Thing. It's a sports book.
Oh, Betfred, right.
God almighty, his budget.
I can't stand Sean. Got those darn glasses on the bottom of his nose.
In a document filed with regulators today, the airline projects this trend will continue into the next month. This is ABC News. An ABC News investigation has found growing concern about a class of chemicals found in the groundwater in 49 states. The chemicals are used in everything from nonstick cookware to firefighting foam and have been linked to several illnesses, including cancer. Now, the government is facing calls to classify these chemicals as hazardous.
They're per and polyfluoroalkyl substance, the PFAS for short. A few years ago, the EPA put out an advisory that consuming more than 70 parts per trillion in your drinking water over a lifetime could be good.
Yeah, I guess everybody should have reverse osmosis just for all this stuff. All these chemicals and stuff. I don't know.
Well, this new graphene thing, reverse osmosis takes a huge amount of energy, which is why.
Oh, no, but just for you, it doesn't.
Say again?
For your personal one, it doesn't take any energy.
What do you mean? Reverse osmosis, of course, takes energy.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It takes just the pressure from the water.
That's all.
That's all. That's personal.
And that's energy, actually.
But if you're doing like a whole house, yes, then you would need.
Okay, but like desalination plants.
Oh, absolutely.
But with this new graphene filters, it takes 90% less energy.
I like I said, on the graphene filters, I didn't think they could produce them to that extent as of yet.
They're being able to, because now producing graphene sheets with this other substance between the sheets is incredibly economical, and it takes 90% less energy.
Because if they can do it in these sheets and stuff,
they're going to.
You know how they were doing it before? They were putting it on there and putting sticky tape on there, and that was their.
For the graphene, yeah, but that's like anything else. When you first have technology,
right.
But now
I didn't know that they
have been able to produce graphene sheets
because they plan on using that. That's like way stronger than steel. Way stronger.
It depends on what you're using it for. If they're using it in desalination plants, it's incredibly energy efficient.
Well, they could use it even in batteries because it absorbs the ions and it releases them like that. So it's almost like a huge capacitor.
So once they can economically produce graphene sheets, it's going to change everything.
That could change. You're right. That I need to go to a TED Talk on that and stuff or something because I didn't realize that they could do it.
I need to find out about booster shots, whether or not they're giving them yet.
Hey, where did you see on the graphene? Where were they getting the graphene from? Or carbon?
Where are they getting the? I don't remember. But you can look it up.
Because I wonder, like coal's almost pure carbon.
Yeah.
Could they get the? Because that's what graphene is.
Right. I don't know what. I mean, carbon. You can get carbon anywhere.
Well, not anywhere. I mean, you need it very pure. I'm sure it's going to be very pure. But,
yeah.
I mean, you can get all graphite is just
right. Well, wherever you get graphite from, you can get graphene from. Wherever the source of
can graphene be produced economically? Well, this is back in 2018. They said here. No, all the things that graphene could be used for is absolutely
incredible,
amazing. I thought that when that guy hit it and shut the door, I thought I heard it. Dishwasher go on.
I did too. I heard it. Maybe he can't hear it.
That's
I heard it going.
I'm sure it's an ultra quiet one.
Oh, my. Do you know why I know this? I had the same fucking problem. I was going to call repair service, and then I said, "Wait a minute, it can't be not working." You
should call the show.
I had the same exact problem. The same.
With what, Tom?
My dishwasher.
Oh, really?
Thinking it wasn't working.
You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom, and I welcome you to the show. I also ask that you check out Show Me Trouble on Instagram. We've been uploading a lot of the trouble that comes to the show as our visual aid. It's also on our stream, but a lot of people don't have a stream, but they're driving or they have a cell phone, and they can check out Show Me Trouble on Instagram when they pull over or are at a stoplight. Show Me Trouble on Instagram will show you all of our trouble. It's the only one like it. So I invite people from all over to post to it. 303-713-TALK. I'm a consumer advocate. We had this show for 40 years, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. Media with a purpose. We have recovered hundreds of thousands of dollars already the past couple of months. So let's talk. What is on your mind? 303-713-TALK. We also have Kurt Rogers with us, who is with Affordable Interest Mortgage, and we're talking about mortgages, especially the liquid loan he has. And Suze, I see that Leonard wants to comment on Dave, but I don't understand what Dave is calling about. Did I take
It was
Dave?
about the collection bill, and then that gentleman with the collection bill hung up.
So hold on. Oh, he did hang up. Okay, so Leonard, the guy with the collection, I told him to basically not pay it yet. That was Rob. And to see what happens if they serve him, but to call them and ask for documentation. What is your comment on that guy that had a problem?
If it's over 7 years old since last activity, he even if he owed it, they won't get any money.
You know, Leonard, you're right. It's actually 6 years in Colorado.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's good note. That's good. I forgot to mention that, so thank you. Juanita, welcome to the show. What's going on?
Yes, good morning, Tom. I'm just wondering what the legality is in removing someone from a public building for not wearing a mask.
Wait, you were removed?
No, I wasn't. Somebody else was. It was a school district meeting, and they have a mask mandate for the school year for students and everybody coming into the building. This was a meeting to discuss that mandate, and she took her mask off to talk, and she was removed immediately from the meeting.
Oh my God, are people going crazy? And this person, was this person away from everyone else at a podium?
Yes, at a podium. It was public comment time, and she got up to the podium with her mask on.
You know what?
And then said,
I'll tell you what's happening. I'll tell you what's happening. It all has to do with conforming. It has nothing to do with disease. Nothing. They know that woman commenting at that microphone would have 0% of infecting anyone whatsoever. Okay? Yes. And here's what's happening. The world, we're in upside down land. This is like a movie where people switch places. And right now, liberal people who used to be the progressive people, who used to be the people that protest war, the people that would protest the government, the people that would protest control, the people that would protest, would die hard for our rights. These people are now the conformists. Those who used to be non-conforming are now the conformists. They want everyone to conform. Everyone. It's more about power than it is about safety. I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. Our world is going crazy, Juanita. We are being killed by this liberal progressive thought. Now listen, that doesn't mean that I'm conservative and believe all the conservative jargon. What I'm saying is we are going too far the other way. We are becoming robots. We are becoming servants, and we are becoming one think. This nation is becoming one think. High tech is forcing upon us one think. Everyone is forcing that on us. And if you don't agree with one thing, you're out. You're canceled. You're done. I don't know where this country goes right now. I swear to God, people have to be independent. Listen, I'm all for safety and all of that. But at some point, you surrender too much in the name of safety, we become a dictatorship. I swear to God, these little demagogues are drunk with power. It's making me frightened, Juanita. Honest to God, I don't know what to do about it. What school district was it?
this was Poudre School District. It was a meeting at Fort Collins, and I agree with everything you said, but I guess my real question is, how can they use the charge of trespassing against this woman?
Here's what I think. I think she could fight it. The problem is, who has the money to fight it?
Well, that's true.
I think she could fight it and win. I think that the courts have not yet been polluted. But I swear to God, it's so crazy what our world is going through right now. It is so crazy. The people who preach diversity are the ones who are one think. They want a one think robotic nation. I swear to God, the people who preach non-hate highlight hate more than anyone. I mean, they highlight hate I didn't even know existed. And they call diversion of thought, diversity of thought, people who think differently about vaccines and about disease and about freedoms, they call them hate. Now we have some stupid organization called Something Against Digital Hate. What the hell is that? What they mean is, if you disagree with me, you're hateful. How the hell can disagreement be hateful? They label you to discredit you. And if you're liberal right now, you better wake up. And if you're conservative, you better wake up. We better become more of one people who just want what's right. And it's okay to have diversity of thought. It's okay. But my God, this country, and unfortunately our young people are becoming slaves to one thing and to correctness, but their brand of correctness. I've said this before. The most undiverse people in the world are people who preach diversity. I don't get it. Am I the only one who can see this, for God's sakes? We have more coming. No, I want to go to the phones. I don't really want to have a long discussion. I want to go to the phones. I just wanted to say I'm sick and tired of it. It sucks. Mary Jane. What's going on, Mary Jane? Uh-oh, maybe she got disgusted with what I was talking about. Do you have an issue with a landlord, Mary Jane? Suze, I don't know if we have her there. Deputy Doc, what were you going to say?
I'll just say it starts in the schools. The kids are being indoctrinated in kindergarten and on up. And they're being taught that there is no diversity of thought and there's no more free thinking.
Here's what's funny. Here's what's really funny. People who are trying to change the school systems, and maybe they can be changed for the better. Maybe they can be. I mean, I'm all for teaching better and routing out racism. I'm all for that. But the very people who say that our education system is wrought with racism are the ones who have controlled it for the last 100 years. How is that? Now, if it did become racist and hateful, the very people right now in control have been in control. So how did it happen? Think about that. The last 100 years, we had the entire education system controlled by liberals. And then we had the teachers' union for how many years? And they're crying about what happened to the education system. And they're the ones who did it. You know, no one, you know what, this is what's really funny. No one will call and discuss this because they know they're wrong. Isn't that amazing? Mary Jane, what's happening? Okay, we're having a problem here. Now she's on. Mary Jane, hello?
Hello.
Hi, Mary Jane. How can we help you?
Well, I've been having some problems in a place that I moved to in April.
What kind of problems, Mary? What kind of problems, Mary Jane?
Well, they're not maintaining the places like they're supposed to. When I moved in, it was halfway unfinished. The lady had me move twice. She had me in a temporary spot for about a month.
Tell me what kind of a place it is. Is it an apartment? Is it a townhome, a condo, a home? What is it?
It's a townhome.
Yeah. And what's wrong with what they're... Is it a brand new townhome?
No. Actually, she had showed me a model. And it looks really nice. And,
okay. Now, so let me get this straight then. You're not renting a townhome from one landlord with one townhome. You're renting a townhome in a development of rentals.
Yes.
And they showed you a model, and then when you moved into this, it was much different.
Yes, it wasn't even totally finished.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
She had us in a temporary spot.
But what do you mean? What do you mean it's not totally finished? I need to know that part of it.
Okay. First of all, it's outdated.
Well, that doesn't mean unfinished. What do you mean by unfinished?
The painting, the ceiling is not finished.
You mean it's just raw drywall?
Yeah. My husband had to come in here and move all the last client's stuff out because they were moving too slow to get us in. And I had a sick mother. And
Okay, so what can we do for you? What can we do for you right now?
Well, my plumbing's not right. A plumber came and tore out the tile in my bathroom over a month ago, and they have it all taped up, and they haven't finished putting the tile back on.
In the shower? In the shower?
Yes, in the shower. Yes, and then when I put the mat on the tub, I went to go wipe the tub, and the whole bottom of the tub just came out, so we can't even take a bath or anything like that. And she was supposed to have somebody come in here and
How
do the
long has
tile.
it been that way?
It's been about a month.
Nah, this is
month.
unacceptable.
Yes.
Okay.
There's only one
What's the
smoke
name
alarm
of
in the
this?
whole place.
What's the name of this place?
They're called Wyndham Peak Apartment Homes.
Wyndham Peak. Okay. Wyndham Peak Apartment Homes.
Apartment Homes has townhomes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Apartment Homes. Okay. I think Deputy Doc, we should give the landlord a call. Hold on a second. Call us, people. We have more coming right up. 303-7.
Doc wants to talk to Mary Jane.
Okay, it looks like, way up there.
Ideal home loans for your next ideal home loan. You know home loans are a really big topic here. Ideal is one of the lenders we fully endorse, the first lender, one of the first lenders at Referrals.com. Ideal has been around a long time, and they will treat you right. They do credit optimization, which helps you get better pricing. They do the interest rate guarantee. Every time you close, you get a 2-year guarantee. And, of course, they do the pick-your-own-term loan, so you don't have to go back to 30, not even 15. You can take whatever term you want. 303-867-7000. That's 867-7000. A lot of people have been taking out money with these historic low rates. And what they do is they do home improvements instead of paying inflated prices for new homes. Ideal Home Loans can help you do that. Now listen, here's the deal. They also have that interest rate guarantee, which of course you know is the best. You're guaranteed for 2 years every time you close. If rates go down, they close you free of charge. 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. I call Uncle Kevin because of how he runs his business. It's like family. Sheridan Auto Tech. Sheridan Auto Tech has everything you want in an auto repair shop. They do full electrical maintenance plus all the other major components of your car and minor repairs too. SheridanAutotech.com in Lakewood and Aurora. Find out more at their website, Sheridan. That's SHERIDAN. Sheridan Auto Tech. They also do electrical repair. They bought all out, Lakewood Auto Electrics, a friend of ours. They bought them out, and now they do electrical repair. Sheridan Auto Tech, 303-455-7242. 455-7242.
Tommy, here's a new one for you.
Yes.
But I bet you'll remember, a guy is looking for a female patent attorney you used to have on the list years ago.
Yeah, I don't know who she is, but I don't know why. I mean, I got a great patent attorney, but I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what it's like. We've got Mark Turner. He's like, no, I use this female patent attorney. You don't remember her name?
No, I don't even remember one. I'm pretty good at remembering.
Yeah.
I had another guy from Boulder.
Right. And he said up north, like Westminster. But
Yeah, that was the guy. It wasn't a woman.
do you remember the guy's name? Okay.
No, I was surprised. I see when I got my liquid loan, I got it through CNG. About a year ago. And do you think this is stupid? So I'm going to do a conventional through you guys on my other place. And then if that interest rate goes up, I would start paying that off with that money from that. Do you think that's stupid?
To pay off a fixed rate?
To use my fixed rate to pay off my liquid if that interest rate started going up.
Yes.
Do you think that's okay?
No.
You don't think it's a good thing?
No. See, it's hard to get people to understand until you see it.
No, I do. You're right. I don't understand I'd like to see your spreadsheet as far as doing that, but I do see that what little you take as far as that simple interest, the pay. You're right. It's because I got like 220. It's like $680 a month. I think is my interest on that.
Yeah, if you paid it, one of the things that I talk about when you're taking the fixed rate versus the asset manager all-in-one or liquid loan, you pay the same amount of money because the payment on the liquid loan is about half of what your payment is on a fixed. If your rate's 2.5, my payment's going to be half of whatever that payment is. Really half. Now, understanding as the payoff goes down, the principal goes down, the payment goes down, I'm taking $1,000 and pouring it right to principal, which means my payment goes out, which now means next month I got $1,010. Then I got $1,020. Then all of a sudden I got $1,400 more going to it because the payoff's going down. And because of that, I pay less interest. So it doesn't matter what the interest rate is. Our effective interest rate on these things is about 2% across the board.
Oh, really? That's 2%? Wow. Well,
because of the way you're getting reimbursed for money sitting there. That's the part many people don't see.
Right. No, if you keep the money sitting there, right.
Well, you're going to do it. You're going to take that money and put it in fixed. You don't get access to it. Put it in this one, same way. Exactly. But the situation is people will say, well, I got this extra money, I don't have to, and spend it. Then it's not a good loan.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I see that. I do see that.
That's where it changes.
You just throw money in there, yeah. Yeah. It's almost like a better for a saver. It's really a saver's account.
If you're not disciplined with your money, it's not your loan.
Right. That's a perfect way to put it.
Yep. All of a sudden you see you got money and decide you want to spend it for whatever, that's your loan.
Right.
No pressure.
That is a good way to put it.
Offer when you sign up. That's Coach Sports for a special offer.
You see what they did in Australia?
What?
Locked down the whole country for 111 cases, one death. People can't go anywhere but to the grocery store, to the hospital.
You know, they better not fucking do it here. We'll have a revolution.
Oh, yeah. There'll be a war.
You know what? This country is going fucking crazy. The world's going fucking crazy.
And it's like we're in trouble, guys. I agree. 5.2 million people.
Hi, Tom Martino.
Your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. RealCBDThatWorks.com. 30% off with Tom in the promo code for pain, inflammation, and anxiety. RealCBDThatWorks.com. It's Panacea Life Sciences. Okay, welcome to the show. Let's go to the phones. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, we want to help you. Mitch, you want to talk about two things. Go ahead, Mitch, you're on. And by the way, anyone who has questions, problems, or complaints, give us a call and we'll get you right in. 303-713-TALK. And we're waiting for Mark, who's on his way to a guy who said his dishwasher upon delivery did not work. And he said the lights are on, it just doesn't come on. And because we've had similar problems, or I have had personally, I think it's with the operation. You have to press the start button, close the door, and get it running. In fact, when he was on the phone doing that with us, we all swore we heard the thing start buzzing.
Heard something.
Maybe he can't hear it. Deputy, or Major Mark Major is on his way. We'll figure out what happens when he gets there. Mitch, what's going on, sir? How can we help?
Well, 13 to 15 years ago, I visited a patent lawyer on your referral list, a female up in, I believe it was Westminster, not far from an Olive Garden, which is on 88th. And I made sort of a promise to her that I would contact her in the future if I ever came up with some money, etc., for a patent.
Well, listen, I don't remember having a female patent attorney. Now, we may have had one on the show one time. I did have a guy, I'm trying to think of his name, who practiced out of Boulder.
No, but I visited her at her office.
And then we had Leindecker and Lemire for a while. They were on the referral list. But was this someone that I recommended?
Yes.
Isn't that something?
Now, maybe she wasn't on your referral list, but you did recommend her, so I went.
I don't know why I would recommend someone that wasn't on the referral list and wasn't advertising, because I wouldn't have known them. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm not doubting we may have had somebody and mentioned them at one time or two. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember specifically a female in the Westminster area.
Yeah, it was near an Olive Garden, and it was south of the Boulder Turnpike, but I don't remember how far south.
Isn't that something?
And it was around Sheridan, between Sheridan and Wadsworth, I believe.
Okay, can't remember it, but I don't know. You don't really have to go back to her. I really think, I mean, we have some good patent attorneys. One, of course, is...
but I want to keep my promise to her.
My God, how many years ago was that?
13 to 15.
Okay, well, that's nice that you want to keep your promise. I can't help you with it, though. I can recommend Mark
Tom,
Brenner. Yeah.
Pardon me, he also had an estate question.
Okay. What's your estate question?
Yes.
What's your estate question?
How to find any money due to the deceased from being in the Army that may be due to living relatives.
Huh. Now, it's money due to a living relative from the estate of a soldier, right?
Yes.
What kind of money, just out of curiosity, would be available?
Just whatever they get for being in that branch.
We have someone at the Veterans Administration that can help answer that, I think. We can email them, right, Suze? Don't we have someone with Veterans Affairs?
I think so. I don't know why they would know of a dead serviceman's estate, though. I don't know.
No, here's what they would know. What do dead servicemen or soldiers get? They'll know that. What benefits? That's all they want to know. What benefits are available? So I don't know of any benefits. I mean, are there some automatic benefits we don't know about?
You get a little bit in the flag.
A little bit of what?
You get a little bit of money in the flag. Look it up.
You get a little bit of money.
And a flag.
Literally in a flag.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, and they bury you. They have burial benefits. When did he die, Mitch?
When did what?
When did this veteran soldier die?
Oh, about 5 years ago.
And when did he serve?
Oh, that would have been in the 40s.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah, but see, they keep income or other things in holding, just like the government does for unclaimed funds.
We'll find out. We'll ask someone in there. And, yeah, we'll do that. And, Mitch, why are you using this name this time? I recognize you from years. So, you just like changing names?
I'm a chameleon.
Yeah, no one can fool me, by the way, when it comes to voices. I have, I don't know, some crazy mind that catalogs voices. In fact, I can tell you what you've called about before. You've called about fighting speeding tickets in federal court, didn't you? Didn't you, Mitch?
That's correct.
Yeah. And your ploy we've never gotten to try out, but sounds crazy. How about the one where people, I don't know if you know this, Mitch, but how about the people that have used the ploy? What is this one about a sovereign citizen and they don't need a driver's license or something? Have you ever heard of that? Something like that.
Oh, yeah, I know people that have used that, but I don't know if they've used it successfully.
Yeah. What does it mean, a sovereign citizen? That's what I don't understand.
You're not subjugated by the government. You're a free sovereign citizen, just like a free sovereign country, and you're not subject to tyranny or any other things that they declare invalid constitutionally.
Okay. I don't know if that's ever worked successfully either, but thank you.
Hey, Tom, it looks like they can get up to $2,000 for burial benefits.
But if they died years ago, what happens?
5 years ago, I don't know if there's a time limit. They have to go to VA for that.
Suze, if you could just check with your guy maybe and see if they put him in his cheat funds or something, the funds. Okay. Ann, what is your comment?
I know a lot of people listen to your show, and I just wanted to say that we need to stand up and speak up about what's going on. Otherwise, we're going to be forever and lockdowns and shutdowns and mask mandates.
That's right. That's right. And it's all in the name of safety and security. That's the new mantra.
That's right. And the government was not put into place to keep us safe from viruses and colds and flus. They're put in place to protect our rights.
And our little mamby-pamby younger generation,
We just need to stand up and speak up, and otherwise it's going to go on forever.
I totally agree. And I like to take all the 30-somethings down to the 18 to 30-somethings, the young, what used to be liberal, smart-minded people. They're still liberal, but they're turning into like some crazy robot. I don't understand it. They don't question anything. And diversity of thought has become digital hate. They're labeling us as hateful if we talk and question. And mass media, the high tech, all the high tech companies are kowtowing to the government's demands for truth, and they're all censoring us. I don't even care if there are crazy people online. Who cares? Ignore them. I don't understand any of it. It is a frightening time, people. Wake the hell up, please. We got more. Wake up.
I was wrong at 2000. That's if it's service related. Service related. But they still get money. They still
they're very. If you can, and then you can go to the VA will put you in a burial.
And you get more money if you're in dying in VA hospital.
Yes.
Than if you're not. Yes. And now every year the money goes up. Ever since 2011, inflation. We do it. Before it was flat, but it's based on the price, consumer price index. Well, Social Security gets a hell of a bump this year.
Yay.
Over 5%.
Oh, yay. We're getting close.
No, when's the last time we hit 5%?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Getting close.
Take the shortcut to your next great hire. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, Instant Match immediately delivers a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Let's talk about zero-res carpet cleaning. Now let's concentrate on pets. Everyone needs carpet cleaning if you have pets. The number one question, how to get rid of pet smells and stains. And I can tell you, if they clean your carpet and don't get deep and don't do it right, they just leave residue. Zero-res doesn't. Traditional carpet cleaners address just the surface. They clean what's visible. Zero-res actually can solve the pet smell problem, whether it's on the surface or underneath in the padding. Zero-res pet treatment process is designed to remove pet odors, not just cover them up. Plus, they use zero soap, emulsifiers, and chemicals. They use empowered water. You have to find out more. Give them a call. 3 rooms right now for just $119. They also have this additional pet odor and stain service for the really stubborn homes. Find out more. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. 471-5150. Now, when we're speaking of our home, let's speak about Fix-It 24/7. A year ago, George, the owner, told me they're going to have a supply chain problem. He started stocking up on parts that come from foreign countries. And now the shutdowns that were there last year and the labor shortages now proved them right. They're stocked up and they're chock full of parts at Fix-It 24/7. They also have new units and new systems starting at just $77 a month. No supply chain problems at Fix-It 24/7. 720-526-3939. Real estate's going crazy, and here's the deal with real estate. No matter how crazy it goes, you need to know that you're doing the right thing. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, will give you free market valuations of your home. And it will be done free of charge for the asking. It's complete, it's detailed, and there's no obligation to hire him. He bases it on his 26 years experience. So find out what your home will actually sell for. Not what Zillow says, not what the appraisal says, but what it will sell for. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Guy named Eddie said he called, I thought he said Friday, with an AC that wasn't blowing anything but hot air. And then he's like, we had somebody on from your hands team. I'm like, oh, Tom Maggio, hands-on auto tech. And
His car.
His car. 06
Hold on,
Toyota.
let me find it.
No, AC blowing hot air.
Okay, what was his first name?
Eddie, he said, I don't see it on your list at all.
I remember that call. We had
Brakes Plus. They replaced the compressor hose relay switch.
Oh, it's a Brakes Plus.
Took car not working. I don't know. Air conditioning not working. That's the only Eddie.
What deputy? Did you make a note on who was working on it?
I tried
Deputy Doc.
Because he's like, I haven't heard from the deputy. I don't know who I'm supposed to be talking to.
I have tried. I may have to go there in person to Brakes Plus.
Oh, so Brakes Plus hasn't returned your call.
Correct.
But you have Eddie's number.
Yeah, I do.
Perfect. Yeah, Daniel.
We can email. Did you email them at Brakes Plus?
I left a message to them.
If we get an email address, Doc, I'll send them one.
Okay.
I'll send them a really hard one.
Okay.
It does.
Hey, Tom, so listen to this. That lady with the landlord, this is really easy. She signed a lease for property A, okay? Property A was not available. So they put them in a temporary place for a month with no rent. Then they moved her.
This is the one we were just talking about.
Then they moved her to property B with a different address, and she doesn't have a lease on property B. She still has a lease with property A's address.
What does she want to do?
Well, now she just wants to move out. So that might be something you want to ask Doug Harris about, is a lease.
Right.
Did they break the lease by moving her into property B with a different address?
Why'd they move her to property B?
What?
Why'd they move her?
Well, because property A wasn't available.
I got it. So was B better or worse?
Worse. But she doesn't have a lease for property B. She has a lease for property.
Go ahead, sir. What?
Reminding you that VA home loans can provide you with.
Yeah, I'll substitute.
There's no down payment.
Yeah, because we're going to pump the hell out of it.
We have some of the lowest rates in the industry, and if you already have a home loan, that's no.
This is next time, right? Next one.
Any existing mortgage into a VA loan, and you can even access.
So this Mitch is a nut.
Value.
That was on the sovereign thing.
Yeah, he's a nut.
Sovereign citizen? I love those.
So he doesn't have to pay for any taxes.
Oh, did you have a sovereign citizen on? Yeah. I love those people. I love those people. They are so fucking crazy.
Yes, they are.
And there are so many things on YouTube about these sovereign citizens who get pulled over for a traffic stop, and they say, I don't need a license, I don't need license plates, I don't need they wind up getting there, and they won't get out of the car. So they get their windows busted, dragged out of the car, and the car gets towed.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Australia has just shut down the entire country. You can only go out to the supermarket and on emergencies. It's basically a shutdown. So we have to ask ourselves in America, are we willing to take risks? And you know, this stuff about the curve and all that stuff in hospitals is all BS. And truly, now they know enough that we can minimize hospitalizations. We can actually, and God forbid I mention this, boost our immune system. But somehow that's become hateful, and that's become false information. Yeah, I was dinged by a social media platform for mentioning boosting your immune system. How dare I do that? And how dare I talk about obesity being one of the most common hospitalization problems? Also being elderly, of course. Put the protection where protection is needed. leave the other people alone. Practice healthy lifestyles. How about that? Instead of mandating a mask, how about we mandate a healthy lifestyle? What the hell would that be all about? That would be impossible, wouldn't it? It's disgusting. Richard, what's your comment?
Yeah. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Oh, that was a good one you just said there. Yeah, they want you to get a vaccine, and they say it's to protect others. Well, how about I protect me and you protect you?
Or we can protect others as well, but the point is they're lying about that. Because even if you had the disease plus got a vaccination, they still want you to mask up and social distance.
Yeah.
So, they're telling us
thing.
that vaccines are the answer, but they're not the answer. I don't get it. What is it? Or they're the partial answer. By the way, I'm vaccinated. I got the vaccination. I have no problem with that. I get the yearly flu shot. But here's what I don't want. I don't want it being political, and it has become political. It's not science. It's not science. There's nothing scientific about it. Go to Show Me Trouble right now and look at Fauci's interview with 60 Minutes from a year ago. It's on Show Me Trouble, the Instagram, and see what he says. Well, he's not against him, but he says it doesn't do anything. And that's the truth. There are minor benefits. Is it worth masking all our children? First of all, they're the lowest risk group we have. Damn it, can't you see that? Concentrate on the high risk. Tell people to lose some weight and to take some vitamins and to work out and to walk and to be healthy, not to cower up, mask up, ruin our immune system, and get fatter. That's what the shutdowns did. Look around at America. They're a bunch of sick-looking slobs. For God's sakes, take responsibility for your health. Don't nipple suck the government 24/7. What do we do, Biden? What do we do, Fauci? Help us, please. More nipple, please. I need the government, please. More control, please. If this is pissing you off, good. I don't want you listening if this is pissing you off, because that means you're a mealy-mouse piece of garbage. Rick, what's going on? Rick? Listen, do we have a problem with the phones, or am I just pissing off that many people? Rick, are you there? Okay.
We may have some phone issues, Tom.
Do you know what his question about the liquid loan was? 303-713-TALK. Because we do have Kurt here about the liquid loan. It's one of the best loans in the world. How long does it take to get ready? Is there anything different than a normal loan? No, normal. Turn the mic on when you talk, man.
No, normal time frame is 3 to 4 weeks. It just depends on how long it takes to get the house appraised. That's the thing that slows you down more than anything.
Okay.
There's just not enough appraisers.
All right. 303-713-8255. If you have any comments, problems, questions, complaints, let us know. Here's the thing. We have people at risk. Our children, we're actually ruining their immune system. There are just as many credible doctors who say, expose your children. They're at low risk. Now, I know what people can say. Well, what about if they come home and infect grandma and grandpa? Okay, they don't then. Then make common sense. If they're going to school, they come home, use common sense. But here's the deal. By that theory, they should be unmasked at school and develop immunity, and then come home and around grandma wear a mask. Rick, what's your question on the liquid loan? Go ahead.
Okay, I assume you can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Okay. The question I had on a liquid loan is, say I got a $100,000 loan and $10,000 to get a liquid loan with. What would the difference be if I just put that $10,000 against my existing loan?
Hold on. There's a lot of difference. First of all, you're still going to pay more interest, but I want to say something. That $10,000 against your current loan will reduce your balance. You're absolutely right. But you don't have the option of getting that back if you need it. You don't have the option Well, you answer it. You answer it. You're the expert. So he has an existing loan, let's say of $100,000.
Correct.
What if he just pays down $10,000? He has now $90,000 rather than getting a liquid loan.
You are correct, Tom. It will just lower the payoff. Will not change the payment. It will take the term off the back of the loan, not on the front of the loan. With the liquid loan, it reduces your payment.
And your interest.
Right. And your interest immediately, and you still have access to the money. But let me ask you a question. If you have that access and the equity you have in your home, and you lose your job, how do you make your mortgage payment?
Right.
2008 to 2010, there were 7 million people foreclosed with 32% equity because they couldn't reach their money, because it was in a fixed rate loan. With the liquid loan that was out then, there's only been one person ever to foreclose since 1999 till today, because they've all had access to their money when the times get tough. Those situations are more likely to happen than worried about the rate going up or down, or putting $10,000.
So certainly, Rick, you see, if you have $100,000, you pay off 10, you got $90,000. Your payment stays the same. Your interest rate stays the same. You're paying amortized. You're paying amortized interest. That's fine. You can do that if you want to put $10,000 down. But if you want that $10,000 available, you do a liquid.
Maybe I misunderstood. When you put that $10,000 into a liquid loan, you're in effect increasing the value of the loan.
No, you're not. Hold on. We'll come back to you. I don't want to run over time. I want to give you the time to understand it.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Gravina's Window Center.
From the Betfred.
Versus the only way other to get access to money is
I want to do this dishwasher update.
Go pay more closing fees and do it again.
Yeah.
Go pay more closing fees for a second.
Or if you do that. Take another loan.
So Tom, I was, Tuesday's my golf day. Did you have a lot of calls on Cuomo's resignation yesterday?
No.
Really?
Why would
I'm just curious. That's all.
Nobody gives a shit. Not my audience. It would be on the other shows. I'll bet they do. You know?
Yeah. So I'm just curious if people called you with anything. So, do you want me to call Blake Harris off the air and see what he thinks about this lease business?
No, it won't be Blake Harris.
What?
What lease business?
With this woman that just called about the landlord.
Why would it be Blake Harris?
Yeah. He's for Wills and Estates.
Oh, not Blake Harris. Who's our
Harris Law?
Harris Law, man. Who's our real estate?
Okay, let's talk about Mile High Estate Planning, which is now Blake Harris Law. If you need estate advice, you can get it free of charge for the asking at 833-ASK-BLAKE. What Blake does is answer your questions, and then if you want to do a will, he'll charge you for a will. If you want to do a trust, he charges for a trust. He doesn't nickel and dime you. And he does a complete plan for you after hearing your story. You may need a combination of those two. You may need just a beneficiary's deed. Whatever you need, he has it and he knows it. And you can get your answers. 833-ASK-BLAKE. CentryRV.com, like in the 100 mark, CEN. Do you know they're the #1 volume dealer for most of the brands they carry up at I-25 and exit 240? They're just south of that exit on the frontage road. They do a wonderful job on a big 43-acre lot, but listen, they want all the trades they can get. They sell new and used, plus they have financing. They're great people to deal with, aggressive on their pricing. CentryRV.com. Also, we've been talking about mortgages. Now, if you're a senior, you may want to consider a reverse loan. Silverleaf Mortgage are good people. Silverleafmortgage.com. In fact, they have a nonprofit foundation that can help the seniors get their house ready for appraisal. They can do it for low interest or no interest, or a grant in some cases, depending on your need. The only company to do this with a nonprofit joined together for your benefit. Silverleafmortgage.com, 720-REVERSE.
You're talking about O'Brien.
I meant O'Brien. I meant O'Brien Legal Services.
What you just said about Silverleaf, they're very smart.
Yeah, they are.
They help before they ask.
That's good.
Yep.
And it's really amazing.
Yeah. I didn't know that about her.
So should I call O'Brien off the air and ask?
Yes, O'Brien.
Should I call him off the air and see
yes.
whether she can just walk away if she doesn't have a lease?
Right. That's a good question. But if you explain it to him exactly how you explained it to me, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So Mark's updated, couldn't get the dishwasher.
I'll do it. I
going.
want to hear what Mark
He
has
just
to
did
say.
the dishes.
Did he really say that?
No, that's funny. He did it by hand.
Right, he did it by hand.
You're funny. I thought you meant it.
This is what's taking him so long. He said he could be there. And, what were the cross streets? I didn't write them down.
Well, it says it marks there.
I think it was in northeast Denver, so way up there.
Well, United Airlines just said all of its employees have to get vaccinated or they're fired.
But the other airlines said no. We're not
I'm just saying what United
yeah,
said.
Right. No, I seen that yesterday. Actually, the vaccination doesn't bother me a bit.
You know, I was talking to some people when I went to the
How about
house.
you, Kurt? You? Oh, okay. See, I do the flu every year.
Did you get your vaccine, Kurt? Why?
I don't believe in this. Believe in it, I think. It's
Tell me why you don't believe in it.
When you do research on it, it affects your immune system for later on in life. It is not proven.
Wait a second. That's bullshit. How does it affect your immune system later on in life? Tell me how that does.
COC came out.
Wait, I want you to tell me how it. This is specifically produces a protein, a specific protein that binds against the COVID virus. Okay, so what did the CDC say?
The CDC says that the vaccine will cause, not can cause, will cause your immune system to change. I didn't write the article, I just read it. And it can cause more cases of the system getting weaker and you coming down with more sicknesses down the road. That's what that said in there. That's what the CDC says.
Okay, you show me that. You send me the link to that article.
I will.
Because it's pure bullshit. And all the vaccine does is produces a protein which binds against this specific virus. That's it. End of story. That's the only thing that the vaccine
I'll send you
does.
some articles that I believe in. The second one is that even if you have the vaccine, you're catching the virus. So if you're
Wait. What do you mean
if you get vaccinated, there are people on record that still have caught COVID after the vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
And 2 died from it after the vaccine. I'm telling you what I read from the CDC.
Sure, that happened. But you have 100,000 people. 2 people die after getting the vaccine, and 998,000 of them either have very mild disease or are protected. Of course, you can have people who die from it.
You and I are going to be on the opposite end of the proposal. I'll carry on the conversation. If 50% of the people in the country are vaccinated and 20% of the kids you can't vaccinate, that means we only have 30% of the people that are populated. If you look at this.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, listen, Mark, where's Mark?
We lost him. I'll get him.
He was at the guy's house. Okay, listen, Rick, about the liquid loan. Let me explain this. If Mark comes back, I need to get to him. But he went to the guy's house to help him with the dishwasher. But here's the deal, Rick. Let's just say this. Let's just take a $100,000 loan you have on your home, and you go to Kurt and get a liquid loan. The line of credit pays off that loan, so they're in first position. Now, let's say you have the ability to borrow another 100 because you have such a good home, okay? Now, that means you're paying interest on 100 grand, not on 200, but you have the ability to take money out in a pinch. But instead of taking money out, let's say you have money that sits in the bank from month to month to pay bills of about 10 grand. That 10 grand, if it goes into this checking account, automatically subtracts the balance of your loan. It counts against the balance of your loan. So even though it's in there to pay bills, you didn't pay it down, it automatically calculates as if you did pay it down by 10 grand. So now you're paying simple interest on $90,000. And you're paying that simple interest for as long as the 10 grand is in that checking account. When you go to pay the bills at the end of the month and take that 10 grand back out, your loan goes back to 100 grand for however many days you don't have money in that bank. You can pay it up and down as much as you want. As much as you want. So that is what it does. Every dime you put in your checking account counts against your balance. Does that make sense?
Okay, it's like an extended line of credit with a buffer account.
You have a line of credit for 30 years. And you can you could pay your loan off completely if you got an inheritance or something, right? Now you owe nothing on your home. It's $60 a year to keep the line of credit alive. Now let's say you want to take out 25 grand. You take it out. That's it. It's out, and you just pay simple interest on that 25 grand.
Okay, I understand it now. It's kind of like a wrap. A credit line.
It's not a wrap. It's not a wrap at all. It pays off your first line, and it becomes your first line of credit. Your other loan goes away. It doesn't wrap around that loan.
Okay. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you just have one loan. That's all. One loan. And you pay it up and down any way you want. But you get to choose how much of that loan stays on your house. But every dollar you have that is in a normal bank, which earns nothing, will now be paying down your mortgage by that amount for the length of time it is in there. Now, David, we will talk about that land purchase question. It's very important. Troy, small claims court. Andrew has a problem with authority going back 3 years. And then Mark has an update on that dishwasher we're all going to want to hear when the guy said it didn't work. More coming up.
You know why I do commercial?
There are a lot of people that die from the vaccine. The ultimate.
Wait a second. A lot of people
from the virus. There's a lot of people that have died, and that's tragic. But let's put it in perspective when we're looking at the number of percentage of people in the world that have died from it. It's tragic, yes. In the last year, the numbers have come down drastically, but you don't hear them talk about that anymore. If you look at this year alone in the United States, in January we lost 104,000. In February we lost 45,000. In March we lost 22,000. By the time we got to July, 3,500 people died in the entire country from the virus. So why are we panicking about how many people are catching it? Let me finish. How many people are catching it when we're trying to get to the herd community that they talked about at the beginning of this damn thing?
Okay, I will check the numbers. I think more than 3,500 people died in the month of July from the Delta virus.
Okay.
I'll check the figures.
Okay.
But the point is, if you believe that the vaccine doesn't protect you, that's one thing. But that's not true. If you believe that the vaccine somehow does anything but get your body to produce a specific protein against the coronavirus, you're wrong. Okay? You can talk about whether or not people who get the vaccine still die or anything, but you can't argue with the fact that the only thing the vaccine does is allow your body to produce a protein which blocks the coronavirus. Do you dispute that fact?
I dispute the fact that it is A, 100% effective, B...
Wait, that's not... I didn't say that.
I dispute...
What I said was that the vaccine gets your body to produce a protein which blocks the coronavirus. Do you dispute that?
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
Okay. All right, so the rest is just conjecture on both our parts.
Part of the problem is I don't think we get the truth. We get it slanted in such a way that whatever the narrative is of the media that wants to put it out, or the person putting it out, is they're going to make their narrative much more effective than others.
But then that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about the fact that if you get the vaccine, it gives you some protection against the severity of the virus.
Yes.
Okay, so why not get it?
Because I believe the side effects, A, aren't completely...
What side effects? That's what I'm asking. What side effects?
There are, from what I have read, lots of side effects with people getting sick. One person had a heart attack from the virus, the vaccine that they took.
Wait, you know what you're saying? One person out of how many millions of doses have been given in this country? One person had a heart attack. You're disputing your own argument. You're saying that 3,500 people died, so why get the virus? One person died of a heart attack, and you're using that. Excuse me for a second. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Travis. I talked to you just a week ago or so on my daughter's Corolla 06 with the air conditioning.
Yeah. Let me get back to you after. I'll call you back after 2 o'clock.
If you want, could you call me on this number?
Yeah, I'll call you on this number after 2.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Okay. So if one person got it with a heart attack, we shouldn't give people the vaccine? How do you know there wasn't an underlying comorbidity? It's a ridiculous statistic. That's all I'm saying. Kurt, one person died of a heart attack.
That's what I read. I'm not saying that more didn't.
I heard that 10 people died from eating McDonald's that had a heart attack from eating a Big Mac. So stop people from eating Big Macs. I think we're just at an impasse over what our pre-existing biases are between you and I.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's pre-existing. My wife is vaccinated, and that's fine. I have no problem if somebody wants to do it.
But you didn't do it?
It's not for me.
Okay.
It's just not for me.
And that's the way it should be. Freedom.
Yeah.
Mark said he was almost here, Tom, so he was just going to update when he got here.
Do you do the dishes?
No, my point is that you should have, I agree 100%,
but all of a sudden
you should have the choice.
he's all about vacuuming the office. Now that's good because I mean,
we agree on that
in there that would get on the floor like
I
nuts
think that
and popcorn and
don't get vaccinated should have a valid reason.
And then on our new coach,
vaccinated.
we got a little central air system or
And I
central
think
vac
if the
system.
reason they're not
Oh,
getting
he's all about
vaccinated
vacuuming now.
is based upon false information and false facts.
Can you
they're
do this
making
at
a
home?
mistake. That's my.
He says
that's my
the house is yours. Mine are all the extension and subject is from the beginning of this. We've never heard the truth. He talked about Fauci, what he did a year ago.
I did, Dan, I literally did not even have time to ask him, like I just did now.
They're not.
We are, when he called those times, our phones were off the
Yes, it
book.
did. He is nothing to the vaccine won't help. Now all of a sudden
that's the mask.
Something started running.
The whole mask
User
thing
error, I'm
has been
sure that's all
misinformation
it is.
from the beginning.
But he's like, I don't know, I'm like, it's on the inside of the door, there's always a sticker with information.
No. Anecdotal and getting.
I think the guy
There's too much misinformation and disinformation regarding those two facts. Fauci has never been inconsistent about the vaccine and how it works and why it protects you. There has never been an inconsistency on that. There's been inconsistency on the masks, on social distancing, but not on the efficacy of the vaccine.
I'm not arguing that the vaccine will help you. If you catch it, you'll get a very slight version of it.
Okay.
In most cases, I agree with that. But the way they go about doing it on and disclosing the comments about it is not consistent with truth.
No, about the vaccine or about all the other tangential issues?
Even about the vaccine, I don't know that I'm still getting the truth on the vaccine. Who was reading this earlier that the effectiveness of the vaccine isn't 96%? It's in one case 72 and 86. Now that's great.
48%. 48.
But that's
it's not up to the 96.
But that's against the Delta. It was 96% against the original COVID-19 virus. It was 48% against the Delta variant. So you can't mix apples and oranges. If it was 96% effective against the original COVID and it's 48% against the Delta, those are two separate statistics.
Okay, let me ask this question.
Okay.
If it's 90% effective against the virus,
the original virus, how can so many people coming down with it still catch it? With the original,
they're catching it.
They get because they're not getting sick. They're not being hospitalized.
There's the key. They're not getting hospitalized because they're still getting sick. They're not as severe.
They are getting sick. They are getting sick. Of course they are. I know a ton of people who got sick.
Who've been vaccinated?
Yes, fully vaccinated.
Guys,
I know young people in their 20s that got sick after being vaccinated. No, it wasn't. She was fucking sick. She was sick. She was really sick. Some college kid, a friend of ours, she had the vaccine and got totally sick with COVID. But she was home for 4 or 5 days. I told you we got a 32-year-old in the hospital.
And said, well, she didn't wind up in the fucking ICU like I did.
Well, you're going to end up in this ICU because you're almost 80 and you're fucking compromised. She's a young woman, an athlete.
I know, but what I'm saying is she's an outlier. You even admit
No, I understand that there are outliers, but more and more out.
You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind in the universe, realcbdthatworks.com. Tom and the promo code, get 30% off, realcbdthatworks.com. Well, Eric wants to talk to Kurt Rogers from Affordable Interest Mortgage about the liquid loan, I think. We've been talking about that a lot. We have other people, though, that have called in earlier, and I want to get to them quickly, okay, because they called first. And I'll get to Eric. David, go ahead. What was your question on purchasing land, David? And then we have the update from Mark Major and the dishwasher. I truly do want to know what happened there, so don't give it away. What's going on, David?
Hi, Tom. There's 4 companies that are doing mortgage deals around the military bases. 2 of them can use the PPP loan to purchase the land and not pay it back ever.
Wait a minute.
And the 2 are being run by the CCP. And I don't understand
First of all, help me out here, man. Help me out here.
They did this.
Help me out here, David. Who's the CCP?
China.
Okay, explain what's going on slowly. The Republic of China. Hold on. China is doing what?
They're purchasing land around our military bases, and they started in Camp Pendleton. Now worked its way to Texas.
How do you know this?
Just got done purchasing.
How do you know this?
PPP loans. Well, I've been hearing on the grapevine, but you can look it up. You know, Mark knows what's going on. Talk to Frank Duran, the man with the plan.
Hold on now. China is purchasing land around military bases using PPP loans. That sounds like that. Oh my God, that sounds crazy, David.
They've been doing this for years. I mean, for a year now, and I don't understand why we can't do it. Why can't
David,
me and Mark go buy us some land?
This guy that called earlier in the show, he called himself. What was the name he called himself? And Mitch. And he had a different voice, right? I mean, he was the same guy I knew, and we talked.
He was trying.
Yeah, he was trying. But you're smart enough not to try to trick me, because I know you from 40 years ago.
No, I don't. You can't trick me because you already know me from
40 years ago, though. And we did a story on the Bissell Green machine carpet cleaner. And at the time we went to your house, you had a little brown puppy with floppy ears. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chiquito.
Yeah. Thanks, David, for calling. I never forget a voice. When I say it, I mean it. 303-713-TALK. Troy, what's going on with you, sir? Troy.
Yes, hi.
Hi, man. What's happening?
A couple of weeks ago, Tom, I'm doing well, thank you. A couple of weeks ago, you had mentioned someone had an issue with an car insurance wreck or accident.
Well, man, we always have problems with insurance and people paying what it's worth. So what's going on in your situation?
Well, my situation is you had mentioned that they should sue the driver, not the insurance company.
Yeah, here's what I'm saying, Troy. When you get into an accident and it's clearly someone else's fault, and there's some evidence or there's some tickets, and her or his or her insurance company are not treating you fairly, you're not forced to deal with them. You don't have a contractual arrangement with the other party. So you can go after the party that injured you directly, just right after you. And what they can do is go after you. You go after them, and you can sue them for damages. And you can do it if it's under $7,500 in small claims court.
Which it is.
So that's what you can do if you can't get the insurance to treat you fairly. And is that the situation? They're not treating you fairly?
Yes, that is correct. Now,
why? Tell me what the situation is. How much damage?
Roughly $1,200.
No. I mean, what are they offering you?
like $200.
What was it? A rear end? What kind of collision?
It was they backed up into my car.
Are they? So they're not denying it, right?
They're saying it's 50-50, the insurance.
Ah, they're saying it's shared liability. Why are they saying that?
That I don't know.
Well, yes, you can sue her. This is exactly the example of where you sue and let them prove it. Now, Eugene called and said, my dishwasher did not work. He swore it did not work. Up and down, maybe it doesn't. He said they delivered it. He tried to turn it on. It will not work. So we were, I was frustrated by a similar dishwasher where you have to click the start button and close it in a certain amount of time. And we mentioned this to you on the phone. You did it on the phone, closed the door and said it's not working. Dan and I swore that we could hear it humming in the background. Mark, what did you find when you went there? Drum roll, please. Oh, let me do it again.
No, it was, I don't even want to say user error because the bottom line is the controls suck on it. I don't know.
They're right under the door there, right? Where you close it. It's hard, I know.
Yeah, so the cancel and the start button are actually the same button.
That's right. If you press it once, it cancels, and once it starts.
I showed him how to do it. I made him do it literally 10 times. We would open it up.
And it worked.
Yeah. Once he knew how to do it, it works. But honestly, it's stupid.
No, Mark, it fools me. Isn't it one of them?
That's saying nothing.
No, but Mark, hold on. When it's blinking, it's the cancel mode, right? And then when it's solid, it's Mark, that gets me. I swear to God, when I'm doing my dishes, I think I do them, and the next morning they're dirty.
So the initial problem, though, the good
news is I can hide money in there from Stephanie,
or under the vacuum,
Yeah.
So the initial problem was he had it somehow on delay 6 hours. So I had
my God.
Which is another stupid thing about this, what is it, a Frigidaire?
A Frigidaire.
So you actually have to hit that button 24 times.
No, you don't.
Yeah, because it goes from 1 to 24 for a delay.
So if you hit it, same button?
So when it was on 6, I had to go 7, 8, 9, 10, 24. Then it actually shows 33. And you go, what the hell's that mean?
Yeah.
Well, 33 is how long the quick wash takes. It's just not intuitive at all.
So you're saying that you don't blame Eugene?
I don't blame him at all. It took me 10 minutes. It would have taken you a day or two to get there.
Eugene, it's good news.
It's great news. I would have never figured that out.
Well, thank you, Eugene, for calling.
No, thank you.
Yeah, we love
Later, man.
And this was a $1,000 dishwasher.
Yeah.
I know. The more fancy they make them, the harder they are to operate.
How about just this? On, off.
His old one had a dial, you manually lock it, you turn the dial.
How about a switch for heavy or normal, on, off? I'd like that one. You know what? Honest to God, and I believe this, when it comes to thermostats, when it comes to anything, think about anything. A simple, dumbed-down version would sell.
Well, they do that for old people on the phone.
Not even old people.
One big button phone. It has like home, emergency, and doctor.
No, but wouldn't it be nice, truly? I don't like, even in a car sometimes, I swear to God, I had a car that had so many buttons and whistles and back massages, and I'm thinking, I would rather not have some of the stuff. I mean, it would be nice if you could, pick what you want. Let's talk to Eric, who has a question about the liquid loan, I believe. Eric, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I was wondering if you guys could give me just a rough estimate as to how much it would cost to start this loan for
we'll take your circumstance as if you're the borrower. We don't know your last name. It's okay. And we'll give you an idea of how much it would cost on top of what you owe and all of that.
And better than that, let's compare it to a 30-year for him.
Good.
You access that calculator?
I can't. He knows enough.
I know the number.
He knows enough in his mind.
Hey, Mark, how old was this guy? He sounds like
72.
He sounds like
It's affordable, but do you want to replace it or count it done?
We can replace it.
Did you
skip any of mine?
For home?
No.
Tell me about Ruth, a recent Orchard customer.
Because I wasn't here.
They've recorded.
I wonder
why he bought such expensive dishwasher.
But we didn't even have a recording.
Missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing.
Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy.
So when he
Go
shut it,
online,
was it
enter
running?
your address
Remember
at
when he shut it here?
orchard.com.
We thought we heard
Takes
it
just
always
a couple
running. It
minutes
wasn't
and
running.
lets you
No, it's
set
quiet
almost
as hell. You can't hear it.
If you're thinking about selling,
I got to the point where I would basically feel it, and I had him feel it.
Then you open the door.
It is so quiet. And then you open up, see the water.
.com.
All right, I want to tell you about some great services that I've come to love, like One Clear Choice Garage Doors. We're talking about a company that will come out 24/7 for emergencies. If you have a broken spring, you can't get your door open, you need to get out, or you just have a creaky, rickety old garage door or opener. They have these new sidewinders that are wonderful. They go on the side of the door, so you don't have that rail anymore, and it opens and closes on that bar. It's beautiful, and they have these big LED lights that light up the whole garage. Find out more, OneClearChoiceDoors.com. They even have on that website all of their prices fully disclosed for everything they do. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, complete garage door service. Now let's talk about Renew Home Innovations. You don't do better when it comes to the wet area of your bathroom than Renew Home Innovations. Beautiful American standard, low or no maintenance wall systems, wonderful fixtures. He has things in stock, no supply chain problems yet. You can get a beautiful new bath, a shower, tub combination, I call them shoves. You can get a beautiful rectangle shower if you want, with no threshold for wheeling in or walking in when you're older, no barrier to entry. They have perimeter drains and beautiful grab bars and seats. You make them custom for what you want. RenewHomeInnovations.com, special pricing for veterans and seniors. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. Jesse.
Make it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home too. But maybe you don't know exactly how to get it done.
Isn't that wonderful that we knew that guy?
Which one's it for? How much years
How about starting with a call?
40 years ago. I can just send you.
People think it's weird. This thing with voices, it triggers what I did, and it just triggers it somehow. I don't think about these people, but when I hear the voice, it triggers a memory.
598.
I never would have done that. 40 years was impressive.
And I'm sorry, what's your name again?
That's his.
Amy. All right, Amy. I'm going to have Suzanne.
You're like a main man.
It'll be a little bit of
We all have that little thing, that sliver that you just, it clicks in. Some people are good with numbers, some people are good with seeing parts, seeing, well, if I take all this away, this is what it's going to look like.
Attend Forward Financial's 5 steps to managing your Social Security workshop. This no-cost workshop.
So did you hear this thing about the Rockies fans who
supposedly said,
well, you know what I found out?
He never did.
Somebody asked. He said finger. He was trying to get finger over to take a picture of his kid.
How fast they
I know. It's incredible.
Say it again, sir.
Right, within 20 minutes. By the way, you know how much water is something personal, right? Just because you're like 1 gallon. Just because you're long,
okay, so like say we have 10 gallons and we're going to do that.
Well, no, wait a second, you're married, right? So you're wrong 98% of the time.
For every gallon you do of purified water, you waste twice as much with her. That's
absolutely.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
So if you had 10 gallons of water, you would end up with basically 3 gallons of water.
Right. I mean,
wow.
That's what I'm thinking. Now, don't use that. It's not personal. It's not personal. The filter. Exactly.
Well, where's the other water?
On the drains.
I mean, I do that with my son. So then it goes. He really believes on
very dirty filter.
It could be 25 gallons. You need to take.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
It's unlike a regular.
That's a problem with the reverse osmosis.
Yeah, at least my son, it's just not personal.
Same thing. Well, she's a stronger, probably wouldn't. And we get, unlike a filter, you get like a filter or still there. Well, we're pretty cameras. We will have a conversation. And but hey, do you have to use the instructions, or could you just blankets? I have a spring dishwasher.
Say that again.
Use the instruction book.
Who is Amy? I don't know who that is.
Honest, accurate. I've never heard of her either. She just called while.
So we gotta pay them?
No. They need to pay me.
Okay. Does she know that?
Yeah, she just called me. I just said that. She called me. How do I pay your invoice? That's what she said.
Is so smart.
Oh, and okay, for major radios?
Probably for both would be
Yeah.
my assumption.
It's totally up to you, or you can come in there.
No.
I just had to schedule a few people.
That way, we did that for months.
Yep, awesome.
Did you see my email on the chin lock 6:30?
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255.
Help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. And I think we answered the liquid loan question, but he wanted to know about costs. So let's do that. Now, costs. So let's take your situation, Eric. What do you have going on right now, sir?
Well, I own a one-bedroom condo. It's worth about $300K. I own it free and clear, and I want to get the line of credit.
Okay, one-bedroom condo, and let's say for argument's sake, it's $350, and you want to know what would it cost you to get that up and running with a zero balance on your loan, which is your liquid loan, and then have money available. And what would he have available, Kurt? 80% of that?
Yeah, he could go to $240,000.
Okay, he'd have, that's 80% loan to value?
That's 80% on 300.
Okay, so one bedroom, $350 value. What would it cost?
Your standard third-party fees are going to be anywhere between $900 and, in that case, to $1,100 in title fees. You're going to have an appraisal that's probably going to come in at in the low to mid sixes. And your underwriting fee, admin fee for the lender is going to be $1,095.
So altogether?
$3,500.
$3,500. Okay.
That's not bad.
Those are all third-party fees.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Nope.
And then, okay, the other question I had is, you said that you put money into a bank account. Now, what type of bank account?
Let me explain something. So, Eric, if you have a zero balance, I just asked this about my house. If you have a zero balance, they don't allow you to put money in the checking account because it's good for nothing, basically. The only if you like that 3,500 you're going to owe, you build that. Are you allowed to build those in those fees?
Yes.
Yeah. If you build the 3,500 in and take another 10 grand, so now you got 13,500 out. Okay. You can put 13,500 in that checking account to offset the balance. If you keep money in your other checking account anyway, why not? Now, here's the thing. It's a real checking account. It's totally like a regular checking account, except if you don't owe on your balance, you're limited to how much you can put in there. Get it?
Right. So like you said, if I take the fees and the amount that I'm loaned, I can put that amount into a checking account. Is that how it goes?
Kurt?
Yes. You can put the money into the checking account. What happens, it's like Tom says, it's like any other checking account. The minute the money goes into the account, at midnight that night, they sweep that money directly to the mortgage and pay it down. So your checking account will always show a zero balance.
You know, transparent to you, though.
Who it works really well for is a small business, because they're going to have a small business checking account. Then at the end of the night, you could have that account automatically sweep into this account and offset whatever you owed on the mortgage.
But let's be totally transparent right now. Right now, what is the rate for a 30-year fixed?
You're going to mid-twos. It depends on loan to value and FICO score.
Okay, let's say an 80% loan to value, great FICO score, 30-year fixed.
2.5.
2.5.
What about a 15-year?
2.2.
I thought there was one that was like...
Yes, you can buy them down to 1.75, but we're talking about not spending money to get them.
How much you spend to get it down to 1.75?
You could spend 3 or 4 points. Now multiply that times the loan size.
Okay, but now here's the deal. Here's the deal. I guess what I'm getting at is this: is the interest higher on that one, on the liquid loan?
Yes, the initial rate, the effective rate is less, but the interest rate charged is more.
How much?
3.8.
I've crunched it every which way, and no matter what, I don't see a scenario that I can figure out that it would be better off having a 30-year mortgage. I don't see one, or a 15-year.
So wait a minute. So, Kurt, you're telling me...
Even on the cash flow side.
Really?
Correct.
Okay, all right.
I did. I mean, I went through this thing about 10 times before I went and helped that guy.
Okay,
and,
good.
And here's what you got to remember. Something I heard you two
Because
talking
it's simple
about.
interest.
Not just because it's simple interest, but I'm
why?
talking the cash flow part. When people are hurting, you lose your job, you have this product, you're basically paying your mortgage with the product. You follow me?
That's right.
But what would you still be paying on a 30-year, even if you had a second line of credit? You'd still be paying that principal part.
That's right.
So, in other words, instead of paying $2,000 a month for a 30-year when you're on really hard times, no job, you're only paying interest only. The principal isn't being brought down, but the cash flow is going to save you a fortune if you have no money.
That's right. It's going to save your ass, basically.
Yeah, just like a lot of the commercial deals we've done, we do interest-only loans.
Right.
All they pay us is the interest. That principal stays the same.
That's right.
This is the same damn product.
Yep. You're right.
Can I ask you guys one more question?
Yeah.
I have not had any loans for over 20, 30 years. I paid this off 30 years ago.
Are you going to say you're going to have a problem with credit?
He's going to have a huge problem, wouldn't he?
No, the fact that he hasn't had a mortgage isn't the issue. If he's had any other kind of credit, you do have to have 3 forms of credit.
What's your credit, man?
Do you?
My credit is no score. It just comes up no score.
Well, then
But Kurt can work with you. Listen, he's smart. He can work. No.
He ain't that smart.
No, I'm serious. No. Let me explain this.
Actually,
he can groom him. He'll
Yes.
tell him what to do
quickly.
Yeah, he can groom him.
Okay. Here's the other thing, though. Where do you work?
I work in a grocery store.
Have you worked for no matter what, to qualify for it, he's still going to have the income.
You have to have a 2-year job.
What is your income?
Well, I just went back to work. I was unemployed for about a year and a half. It's like $20,000. I don't make a lot of money in a grocery store, you know.
Yeah, you may have a problem qualifying because of your qualification, not because of the liquid loan.
Yeah, because what they factor, you're going. I just know this because I've been looking into your product like crazy, Kurt. But what they factor is going to be the maximum you could have out at any time. So let's say my intentions is to get a $1.5 million line of credit. And I know I'm never going to use it unless it's an emergency. They don't care. They're going to look at it when I qualify as if I have a $1.5 million mortgage.
Correct.
All right. 303-713-8255. Andrew, what's going on with you, Andrew? How can we help you?
Hey, Tom, what's up, bud?
What's going on, man?
Problem. Hey, I got a serious problem that I've been reporting to our most vulnerable in our population in society today. You know, I've been reporting financial exploitation of our elderly.
Okay, you have to explain what you're talking about. Those are pretty lofty terms. You're reporting exploitation of our elderly. Talk about what's going on in plain terms.
Financial exploitation.
I know, but what do you mean by financial exploitation? Let me know what you're talking about.
Like abuse of conservatorship and guardianship.
Okay, got it. Now, do you? Okay, Andrew. It'll work better if I probably ask you questions. Do you know an elderly couple or someone who is disabled who is being taken advantage of?
I do.
Okay. Is it more than one person?
Just one.
Okay. Is it your relative or friend?
It's a relative.
Okay. How are you related?
It's a mother.
Your mother. And who is taking advantage of your mother?
An elderly millionaire brother.
Okay, and what is he doing?
He's been abusing the power of attorney in 2017.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so you're saying that your brother, your rich brother, is abusing his power. Is he her personal representative?
As in just the power of attorney. He just took her to chase a bank and...
Okay, he's abusing his POA to take advantage of your mother. So what I want to know are specifics right after this. Thank you for calling.
It's her brother. It sounds like.
Okay, I gotta find out.
Yeah, it sounded to me like it was her brother, his uncle.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Now, impact traffic.
The other thing that's odd, and I'm not trying to kill that again, and it's nothing. It's
This afternoon, roads are looking pretty good as you make your way northbound I-25 from Centennial into Denver. Not seeing any delays. Expect a 20-minute drive through there. Do have some slow spots if you're traveling along I-70 in between Colorado Boulevard out to just past York. You're seeing some slow traffic, about 3 minutes of delays through that stretch. And if you're traveling 270, expect a slow ride in between Quebec and Vasquez. Looks like you got a delay of about 2 minutes right now through there. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, you can expect a sunny day, high of 92 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Kay Thomas, 630 KHOW.
Take the shortcut to your next great hire. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, Instant Match immediately delivers a list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Let's talk about
Granite Liquidators, where you get stone, not stoned, but stone at wholesale prices. I mean that, man. You get these wonderful slabs of marble, granite, quartzite, or whatever else comes in slab at wholesale prices. You are just like a contractor, only you get to buy it. And you should buy stone first. Why? Because you decorate around that, because stone is semi-permanent, let's face it. So you buy it first at Granite Liquidators, 5075 Tabor Street in Wheat Ridge, okay? And when you get to Granite Liquidators, you walk the yard and you can see the whole slab, or 2 or 3. Now, when you buy it, they put your name on it and set it aside so you can get it when you're ready for it. GraniteLiquidators.com, that's where you start to start your project. They have everything you need to get started. 5075 Tabor Street, Wheat Ridge, GraniteLiquidators.com. Today we've been talking about loans. We've even talked about reverse loans. And another reverse lender that you really need to consider, wonderful people. I know them personally. Rosemary and her team, headed by Mary Jane. Approval Reverse Mortgage. ApprovalReverse.com. She'll counsel you through it, give you instruction on what you need to make it work for you, or if you're a good candidate or not. ApprovalReverse.com, 303-771-3528.
You know, we have been talking a lot about loans, Tom, and no matter what, there's always a cost to money. So a lot of times when you hear something like, hey, we'll give you furniture or refrigerator for 3 or 4 years with no interest, well, they got to make it somewhere, so what do? They jack up the price of the actual product. Now, check this out, though. This is where the magic comes in. The guys at 888 Heating, not only do you get a new air conditioner, but you also get a new furnace, a whole home humidifier, 5 years, zero zilch interest, but it starts at only $8,500. I always try to dive in to see what's going on. I can't figure it out. In fact, they've sold a ton of these specials right now. For the past 3-4 months since I've been advertising them, they're selling them left and right. You realize their competition sells just the air conditioners for around $8,500? 888heating.com is their phone number. 888heating.com is their website.
Hi, it's Glenn Beck. Have you been thinking about selling your home? If you want the most money, call the agent that I would call. Troy.
Yeah, that's a cool little lock-in for different reasons, especially on a second. And the cost of it was so low, it was ridiculous. So it would have locked it in at, what did I tell you when we were talking about, $375?
That's your floor.
Yeah, so it would lock it in for 5 years. Now the other thing is after 10 years, they start, here's what's odd, they start throwing. No, I know, it's the same thing. But here's what I'm saying. I don't even understand the part of the depreciation after 10 years, because anything I've ever looked at, it's going up. I'm not arguing it because everybody does it.
Equity's going up?
Yeah, I don't understand why after 10 years they start taking a little away. It's a very little bit of the credit.
Well, they do it because they don't want you to be extended after last year. They have to.
They're treating it almost like a second mortgage that comes due after 10.
Yes.
Or a HELOC.
Right, reduce it. It's a declining line of credit. Just does it over time.
Yeah.
Mark.
And if you're a veteran or on active duty, a VA loan could be the perfect.
They used to, before this product.
My friends at American Financing, where I've done 2 mortgages, reminding you that VA home loans can provide you with significant monthly and long-term savings. There's no down payment.
Well, why wouldn't you use it? Yeah, and also, there's no real risk factor to you. I mean, it's not like you're taking the only money you have and doing it. There's no, I mean, it just doesn't matter. I would, yeah, I don't know why not. And then you can always just shift it.
I mean,
Here's the one thing you could do is as you build up on TSN throughout the year, you just use a sweep account going into there. So you're constantly offsetting it while using it. In fact, next year, when it's locked in, that's what we'll do with RL. We'll basically sweep constantly into 2 accounts if you have that product set up. And then you're just offsetting whatever's there. Although then the problem is you really can't even do that because most of the time I would have 0 balance. And you can't even sweep into there, I would say.
Well, no, but if we want to.
But as for people, we do that matter most.
No, I'm not even talking it like that.
What would you have it for? Just to, well, why would you have it? If you're not
just to have it. Literally to have a line of credit set up I don't gotta fuck with. That's it. I have 0 purpose for it. 0.
Williams Jewelers.
Where Colorado.
But hey, man, you need to write a check for big money real quick. That's the way to do it.
Well,
yeah, but I mean, okay, fine. But I mean, big money. I mean, you know, an opportunity pops up.
I know.
I'll tell you one. There's one sitting.
Mark, when we want to do some business.
There's an auction going down in Franktown on the 12th tomorrow. On one of the nicest properties I've ever seen. Now, I think it's going to be. They probably think it's very high line. I mean, we're talking. Here, kill that just
The Situation with Michael Brown.
Congressman Rashida Tlaib blasts Senator Rand Paul for resisting mask mandate while she's seen dancing maskless at an indoor wedding. Let's talk about it at 2.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the only show anywhere, I love saying that, in the universe. Well, I don't know, there could be a planet somewhere with a troubleshooter.
Hey, point out, am I dead here?
No, you're on.
Okay, listen, point out one other show that goes out and fixes a guy's dishwasher. I don't think you can.
It's good. Now, Andrew, again, I want to get back to Andrew here. Now, did you say, Andrew, is it your mom's rich brother or your rich brother?
But it's my mom's. It's me, my brother.
Your brother is taking advantage of your mom.
Exactly.
If he is rich, how is he taking advantage of her?
By how there's financial obligations that are required under the conservatorship. He's neglecting to do so.
Tell me, what does your mother have a lot of money?
No, that's the interesting part. She doesn't. She just has a house.
Well, then I need to know a very specific example of how he took advantage of her once. Just one example.
Well, there's money missing from her reverse mortgage, the total of $80,000.
Okay, she has a reverse. Hold on.
Property.
Your mom has a reverse loan.
She's a reverse loan since 2007.
Okay, your mom has a reverse loan taken out in but it had a 0 balance on it?
No, it's still continuing on.
Okay, what do you mean I don't understand there's $80,000 missing. Did she has a line of credit and someone took 80 grand?
Exactly. The totals don't add up to the amount that's left.
Okay. Well, they accrue pretty fast. So do you know what the loan was in 2007 when she took it out?
No, I got the only thing I got is the statement from 2011 when it was $168,000.
It was 168 in 2011. And what are you saying? Are you saying there's now 80,000 on top of that?
Sorry. Well, I'm sorry, Tom. This is what it was actually. It was 208,000. I think it was. The statement said, and what it was is that there was a statement that went from a whole month cycle, and each month was $1,000.
Hold on.
And there was the loan.
Hold on.
Okay.
In 2011, the reverse loan balance was $208,000. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay. And today it's 80,000 more. Is that what you're saying?
No, today it's like 270,000.
And
But
you're thinking,
back then when it was,
I get it. You're thinking the difference, the delta, is what your brother took.
That sounds normal.
It does.
Exactly.
But
check this out, because if the loan was only 13 years old, and if 12 years is $12,000, 12 times 12 is 144,000, then how are we already at $200,000?
No, wait. We don't know what it was originally to begin with, sir. We need to know what it was originally.
Originally?
Yeah.
Like as in the beginning of the loan?
Yeah, the balance. What was no, it wasn't. Okay, hold on. Was her house paid for?
Exactly. Her house was paid in full. They were just borrowing the money from the equity fund.
Hold on.
Mortgage.
Hold on. Andrew, are you saying when she took out the reverse loan in 2007, her house was paid off? She was simply doing it to get access to her equity? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, hold on. If it's true that in 2007 the loan was she had her house paid off and she had a full line of credit, then that means from 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11 in 4 years it jumped to 208,000. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Well, where did the hold on. Where did the $208,000 go? Where is that money? If someone drew out $208,000 from 2007 to 2011, is there an accounting as to who took that money?
No, well, it would be in the way it was distributed through monthly thing, and if there was a large amount that was
well, did your mom get it set up for monthly payments?
She was getting monthly payments of $675.
Okay, she was getting monthly payments. Okay,
I got to ask a base question. Are you saying right now the payoff on that mortgage is what? 200 and what?
275,000.
I don't think he's referring to a line of credit. I think he's looking to pay the mortgage off.
No, hold on. Here's what he's saying. He wants to know, by the way, it wasn't a line of credit. She got it set up for reverse payments. That's what she got it set up for. 600 how much a month? 600 what?
75.
Okay, so do the math. 675 since 2007.
$97,000.
How much?
$97,000.
So it would have been $97,000 balance plus all the accrual of interest.
That's right.
I understand that. Do you want now? Wait, hold on, Kurt. Is there a way if she had zero in 2007, took 600 a month, 676 a month? You're saying the total amount out would have been 90,000. 97?
Roughly 97,000.
97. Okay, then can you do some back calculating on what the accrual, it's very complicated, on what the accrual of interest would have been? Could it be so she now owes, what is the balance right now for payoff?
275.
I don't see how it goes from 97 to 275.
Well, we don't know if there was a lump sum to begin with.
Correct. That's what
you know what? Here's what we'll do. Kurt would be happy to look at it. I also have reverse loan people who can look at it, Andrew. We need a history of the loan.
And I think what he's saying is...
We really do. We need a history.
I think he's saying his brother's screwing him. I don't think this has anything to do with the mother.
No, I think Andrew is saying the brother is screwing everybody by taking money out of the house, right?
Exactly. There's not only that, there's a non-payment of $40,000 for a purchase of a rental property, and then he stopped paying her in 2008 for $700 until she's 100 years old. So there's a couple things that he's...
All right, Andrew, can you do us a favor? And he has power of attorney. Is your mom with it?
Power of attorney, and you go ahead.
Is your mom with it? Can she talk? Is she with it?
Yeah, she said, no, she got this. She goes to the casino 3 times a month and bingo 3 times a month.
But
there's the money.
I just need to know. Listen, I just need to know, Andrew. You can talk to her, right? She can play. She can play checkers, basically. Huh?
I was explaining this to her on May 28th of her house being sold because of it's in jeopardy because of the reverse mortgage.
Wait. Her house will not be sold unless she's not making her insurance and taxes. Is she paying insurance and taxes?
Well, yeah, there was 3 years behind on property taxes. $2,500 electricity bill.
Wait, hold on. Why is your brother not taking care of all this?
That's exactly what I'm telling you today.
Then here's what we're going to do. You ready? Hold on, guys. Here's what we're going to do. First and foremost, you need to ask for a complete, what do you call when you want the loan history of withdrawals and all that?
Payment history. Yeah, you can call the lender up and get a payment history.
Call the lender and get a whole history of that loan.
Yep.
Do you know who the reverse lender is? Do you know who it was?
Yeah, it was Freedom Financial at first, and then I brought all this up to the authority's attention, and he changed it to one link, so now it's one link.
Okay, get a history of the loan first. And if you can't, call us back. That's the very first thing we need, a history of the loan. That's the very first thing we need. It could be your mom is spending money. We don't know. But we want to see it'll all be coming out of that loan. So we'll see it.
Yeah,
Just
math
do that.
does not lie.
Exactly. Get
That's and get back to us.
Yeah, but you made a comment at the end there. He said he first had Freedom Financial. Yeah. And then
No, it was sold. It was just sold. That's what he meant. He said
Freedom
now.
Freedom doesn't sell reverses.
Well, the servicing. I'm sure he's confused.
Maybe his son talked to and mom are doing another one.
Oh, no, you can't. How the fuck would you refi if you had a $297,000 balance?
Could be worth
Right,
$600.
what was the house worth in 07 if she had she was able to have...
Well, let's find out.
In 07, we all know in 07, it was at the bottom.
Right, and she still had access to 200. So that house could have been worth 400,000.
07 wasn't the bottom.
No, listen, I just want to see the total.
Yes.
That's all that, we have nothing else.
Right, no, there's no line.
But a guy can't change the servicer, though, right? Unless
the lender can.
The lender can, but not the
You're right.
His brother.
You're right. He said his brother can't. His brother can't do shit.
No, he's out for his bro too.
QCColorado.com. That's the name of the company that installed my quiet, cool whole house fan, and I highly recommend them. Go to the website, QCColorado.com, or give them a call. It takes less than 2 hours to install. Do you know last night or yesterday we used no air conditioning at all? And today we'll use very little. We get up in the morning, turn it on. Actually, it runs all night in our house. Let me just give you a bottom line, okay? This is the God's honest truth. My air conditioner works about 10% of what it used to. Why? Because I have the whole house fan circulating air, cool air, morning and evening. There are very few days you can't use it. But you know what? It's all remote controlled, no wiring in the walls. It takes less than 2 hours to install. We love our whole house fan. You will too. To be honest, I have it in 2 homes. QCColorado.com. And man, all I can say is they are the bomb when it comes to getting cool. So stay cool. 303-800-3419. That's 303-800-3419. Joe Lazzara is the place to call, and I hope you never do. That's free legal advice on the phone in a consultation when you're in trouble with a DUI or a criminal offense. Or you may want to refer him to someone. But I truly mean it. I hope you never have to refer him. I hope you don't need him. But here's the number to keep, just in case. Joseph A. Lazzara. You can also type it in referrals.com and find him. And his number is 303-429-6200. New and used RVs at Century RV. I've mentioned it before. I'll say it again. CenturyRV.com, a leader in volume sales around the country, and they're right in our backyard. Exit 240. That's up north of Denver, on I-25 and exit 240. Take exit 240 and then go south just a few feet. on the frontage road. They're right there on the left. SentryRV.com. They're building a brand new facility up there, $10 million devoted to all of the service of their customers only. Think about that. A place to service as well as to get great deals. SentryRV.com, 303-453-1111.
Hey, the sensors on a given tank on an RV. So,
there's two kinds.
Well, regardless of the kind, are they Christmas tree? If one is disconnected, will the others read?
Okay, yes, but let me.
Are they
no,
home runs?
No, they won't. But let me explain what happens. They're usually not. They're usually in series. And what happens is, as the water fills up, it goes to the next sensor. That's the old-fashioned kind. I don't mean old-fashioned. There's another kind that actually is pressure. They fill the tank with air.
And it can tell.
And measure the empty space. It's freaking amazing. It's the one I had in one of mine. Most of them had what you're talking about.
Fuck, I hope mine's got what I'm talking about, because that sounds expensive to fix.
It's not expensive at all. It's just a pain in the ass because it's all calibration. The only thing that could possibly break on that
well, they said
the thing that could possibly break on that is the air compressor.
They told me if I had to do a new sensor, this is Newmar, that I'd have to recalibrate my whole silver leaf system. So that's...
No, I'm not sure about that.
Well, that would make sense.
There's no calibration. You just replace it. The sensor is all that sensor.
No. What I'm saying
sensor.
is it might be a pressure sensor then. Why else would I have to recalibrate? That's what I'm saying.
Right. Because a wet sensor is wet or not. So as soon as it goes down below that sensor, that one tells it the next one takes over, and your level on your gauge changes. There's no calibration with those. The calibration is in with the air because they don't know what size tank you have.
That's what I'm saying. Why would they tell me I have to recalibrate?
If this sensor went bad, and if I went over it with you, I can.
I wonder if can they have a float?
Yeah, there's a really old one.
Now, because when you're driving, that fucker would be everywhere.
The air pressure is all it is it blows air in, and then it measures the resistance.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying.
So here's what happened. So it holds.
It probably says fill it to a quarter, then pressurize it, see what it equals, then calibrate it, and then release it.
No, if it's 2 pounds of pressure, then it's going to be, if it's 3 pounds. But
all you're going to have to tell is the initial fill. Fill it to where it says, and
here's what you have to tell it. They already know that shit. You tell it the size of the tank. That's all you have to tell.
Oh, okay.
Because it needs to know the size of the tank. It goes in all kinds of tanks. So you take the little compressor and you put it in. Now they may even have Bluetooth, but I did. You went in and you just tell them the size of the tank.
I got to climb under there and see what it is.
But where is the sensor located? Have you seen
I have no fucking clue. I got to just look under
When you
there.
look at the tank, can you see the tank?
Yeah, I know.
Where's it behind it?
If I go under, I can see it. So I know two things.
When you go under, do you see just the bottom or do you see everything?
Nope. When I open up my side panel, where all my...
You go under and you can see the whole tank.
I probably...
Take pictures for me.
Yeah, I couldn't see it because it's sitting on something. But I know exactly where it is. I can see the side of the tank.
But
hold on.
Does it have a diagram?
Here's a big clue. So... when I go out to look at it, it's fine.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. I'm wondering what this update is from Amy. Does anyone know what we're talking about? GJ, that doesn't... Amy, help us out here. I can't seem to find what you're calling about. Can you help me?
Yes, back in June... we were trying to get the painters to come out. We had our home built. We had a leak. It took us...
Okay, was it G.J. Gardner, the builder in Bennett, Colorado, right?
Yes, that's it.
Got it. And the doors, though, were leaking, you said, and a lot of other things.
Yeah, they did come out and fix the back door. That was a good thing. So they fixed the leak. Then they came to paint the house, but they painted it the day before they fixed the door. And they painted it the wrong color. So it took me a month and a half to get them to come back out with the right color.
So so are they all done now?
They're all done.
Oh, but it is done, so they did at least get off the duff.
Yes, they did come through once I talked to you guys. Otherwise, I don't know if they ever would have come through.
You are so very kind to call us to let us know, because I noticed you were on hold. Thank you so much. And listen, anytime we can help or spread the word, we love doing what we do. Thank you, Amy. So we can mark this a success that we fixed it. Or not fixed it. They fixed it, but they came through. You know, isn't it gratifying when we do this? It really is. Let's talk... What?
Kurt, real quick. So people for
and John, hang on.
This loan.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. The real basics, though. Minimum credit score and then 2 years at the same job, right? And then income to support.
2 years employment doesn't have to be same job. 700 credit scores the minimum. Other than that, you're fine.
And affordable interest, AImortgage.net, and that's 720-895-0500. What's going on with you, John?
Yeah, so real quick, I know the show's about to end, but yesterday you had someone calling about teacher pay.
Yeah.
And on Fox 21 in Colorado Springs, they had an article about it this morning, and we're ranked 49th in the nation for lowest paid teachers in Colorado. So there's only one state that is lower than us, which is wow. And they said national pay, or our pay was $59,000, but my thing is, why can't we use the pot money to go and help pay the teachers and fix the roads like it was intended?
You know what? You're absolutely right, and it's supposed to. And, John, if you want to call in tomorrow and raise hell, I'll do it too. So that's up to you. I really appreciate it. You can get right through with 303 Martino. I am Tom Martino. Thank you, Kurt Rogers, Affordable Interest Mortgage. We had a great time. We also have a great time solving your problems. Don't forget, Show Me Trouble on Instagram for some of the things we talk about. And, of course, Referralist.com for help, information, and referrals.
Follow Tom Martino.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Kurt, no matter what, I personally won't be until we file tax